Here we go!
TikTok, all stop.
Give it to me like.
But more psychiatric problem.
Well, hello there. I feel like I've seen all of you not that long ago. How's everybody doing? I think my nerves are starting to come back down. It was a little testy there for a lot. I can't talk for a while. You know, when it comes down to making videos about this stuff, I just get all into my heart goes up into my lungs. But I was really appreciative you guys took that very well. I'm glad. I mean, listen, this isn't a new story. You guys have heard this story over and over and over again, but I literally wanted it out there because a lot of people just kind of just, skim over the fact that, it started here. I really believe it started here. And that's not a flex. That's just a true fact. That's a fact that, it was somebody that a lot of people would not talk about or against or what have you. And I just, I didn't feel that way after a while. It was just, when wrong is wrong, you point it out. I mean, we hear that every day, right? And here we are. We're in the midst of another channel Geddon. And I don't mean that by strikes. I mean that by loss of subscribers. The tables have turned. That is correct, Sunset Beats. Currently, I'm sure a lot of you are aware that Monty is now interviewing with Veronica. That is hot as biznitch that usually comes up on his panel. And he's had a few questions being asked of him. Look like Doe-Eye Cookie got up there, said her piece, did not sound very thrilled. Right now we've got Farida. I don't know what's going on. Let's just... All right, I'm going to check in really quick.
Something in Twitter about the incident.
Okay, yeah. So I believe that's how I found out. I'm like, oh, I thought we were going to and make videos because she was in a situation.
I have a question if you don't mind. I'm sorry.
And that's Farida.
I came in a little bit late. The plane ticket. I don't know if you guys addressed that, so I apologize if I'm. This is redundant, but if you guys were not in, can you explain why you still didn't, even after you guys had a fallout, you still had the plane ticket, you showed it to her, she said that was weird.
She was. I listened to that, Astro. She was, definitely.
Even after that everything
These are all relevant questions they're asking him.
Please?
Yeah, so she put out there, hey, I want to hang out on my birthday because the regular friends that she has drink and party. She doesn't want that. I'm like, that's cool.
Yeah,
But
pretty much. Trash
before
boat. Hi,
this
how are you?
conversation, there
Welcome.
was another conversation about her stepdad
Yeah, the
having
funny
made a
part
fortune
is,
off of her.
Nancy,
So
it
if you
is the
don't know
same
about
people
Calgary,
on his panel, but these people are asking him the questions, and I've already heard him get snappy. So,
it's rather booming right now. So even a friend of mine is at this moment considering or already has moved to Calgary. I haven't spoken to him in a little while. And he was also talking about how good Calgary is. And this is after I spoke to Buddha about it. So I was like, okay, I'll check it out
hey,
as well
Star
as see Buddha
Marie,
at the
how are
same
you?
time. Like this was a two birds with one stone situation. I would see Buddha and I would see how Calgary is and see if I want to move there. Sell my house, maybe move if the opportunity is right.
Okay, yeah, because Buddha's saying her father in the chat. She's actually replied to that, and she said that. Oh my God, where did
Their
it go?
chat is going
She
really
said that
quick.
her father never
Dad
lived
never
there
lived
ever.
there. He's never even
Her
lived there. This is news
your
to her.
stepdad wasn't a trucker and made a fortune trucking in the Calgary area and has a nice cars and nice watches.
Buddha, check your DMs, girl. Your Instagram. Okay. So, like I said, we're not, I'm not saying that Monty wasn't an ass. And I know Monty's going to get tired of me hearing saying that, but it's just true. I'm not saying he wasn't an ass.
We're here to get both sides of the
I
story.
want to hear.
Yeah, I'm just curious about this whole interview. I'm sorry, guys. Hey, Perfectly Imperfect. Good to see you. Perfectly Imperfect. What do you think about this going on BBW's channel? BBW Veronica, by the way.
And it covered a big span of
Hi,
time
DG.
that she's acting like
I
didn't
know.
happen. So
I
I'm just
know.
trying to look at it from all perspectives. And Buddha, if you want to come up and talk, it's fine. But I do want to go through this and just explain how it looks through my eyes and go from there.
But
So
there, one thing I do, I if you guys don't mind, that I really wanted to say, that after what I
Yes,
just
Star
listened,
Marie, yes.
the thing is, Monty, the issue when I think it was Joey Eyed Cookie asked you what would you do
That's
different?
Farida, Uncut Gems. This is
When
Farida.
you
Farida
said I wouldn't trust people, I think that really hit
is
a
a
lot of
panel
people
member.
the wrong way, rubbed them the wrong way, because I would expect, obviously that's how you feel. I'm not gonna force feed you to say this, but people expected you to say, in hindsight, I should have. I feel really bad. I should have.
I agree with you. It was Flavor Aid. Yep.
Comforted her. I should have answered. What you would do when your friend
It's up for
calls you or
conversation,
tells you
guys.
these
I just want
things,
us to listen for
because she's saying
perspective, and then
that
we're going to get
she
into
called
it.
you and you were upset instead that she went on a date, made her feel bad. So it rubs people the wrong way when you said,
Of course,
hindsight,
all
should have
the
not
ones
trusted.
are in. Buddha's in there too, which is good.
Can I get I need to also jump on the back of that by saying I'm a little confused. So when she reached out, okay, she made a post on
What?
Twitter that something happened. She had a bad date, right? Am I right about that?
right.
And then I think she said an hour later, she tried to call him and you didn't answer that call. Am I right, Monty?
Yeah, I didn't answer.
Okay. So from that point on, when did you talk to her
I hear
again?
you, Becca.
Oh, I texted her as soon as I noticed the call.
Okay. And so in the text,
Really
did she tell you what
bamboozled.
happened?
Let me check the text.
Oh my
'Cause I'm
God.
trying to figure out.
You know what's really sad about this whole thing? Let's just put it out there, okay? we all have lives, right? We all have people that we talk to online, and we have people that we talk to in real life, right? 9 times out of 10, we feel like we can talk to our friends online. Okay. And I know that because they're sometimes usually available, right? If they're not available, that's okay. But if she had something traumatic like this that happened to her, it is okay for her to post about it. Okay. And she didn't even give the whole details of it. And she's trying to get in contact with the one person she needs to comfort her. I don't know why this is being so like under a microscope. Like, well, what time did you call? And like, oh, let me check my phone. Like, if you're friends with somebody that had something this upsetting happen to them, you're gonna not remember. You're not gonna remember the text that comes through. Let me check my phone. Why are we giving this poor girl the runaround? Because it's him? In anybody else's life, okay? If I had a situation and Chris didn't answer me, which let me tell you how many times that's happened, but that's besides the point. And Akasha's available, and I know that she's one of my close friends, and sometimes she's busy too, but if she's there, she gives me the time without questions asked. None of that. Why are we having this discussion? Because it's him? Like, I don't understand that. Right, Martin Grebo, and I know Grebo was asleep at the time.
When you found out versus when you said, how come you didn't put up content? That's what I want to know. I want to know that. That's important to me.
No answer.
How dare I reach out after that? Reach out. We were friends. That's the thing. Gotta calm down. One second. Gotta calm down.
Blossom. That's all right, Kitsune. I know this stuff is upsetting.
When someone shows you who they are,
Believe him. Mm-hmm.
I second guess myself. That's the thing about being a person with borderline personalities. You give yourself that time, you'll somehow find a way to blame yourself. Anyway, I digress.
Sorry, guys. I'll turn this up.
Earlier, before the night in question, because he was creepy. He's a breadcrumby guy. He likes to just tell you just enough.
You know what, Nancy? I have no idea.
This guy kind of acts like is flirting and interested, so I'm like, oh, okay, so I'm gonna flirt back, and then he's gonna get all weird and vague. But he already has a flight.
Hey, baby, W King, I can't talk. Hello.
Okay, let's talk about that. Let's talk about the flight. Let's talk about what led up to the flight.
Well, we need to talk about the productivity and why
Oh
he was
my
asking
God!
her
Can't
about
you
that.
can't you
Monty,
like moderate
why don't
questions?
you tell us why?
It is. Hey, Lindsay.
The productivity thing is because she was in debt. That's why.
What does that mean? She was in debt.
And did she ask you to help her make content to get to that?
No, she didn't ask me to make content.
No, to help her. Like to help to did she ask okay, so why were you worried about the productivity then?
Because the productivity was a worry because she was supposed to make videos and be more productive because she was in debt. So you know that whole CRA thing?
It's not.
They got put into collections. So I was aware of that. So her whole first name basis of some guy from the CRA, which is the equivalent of the IRS, well, her tax arrears got put into collections. So, and then she called me and started to freak out. And she also said her pet
No, this is on BBW Veronica's channel. She has
home,
Monty and some of his panel members up there.
She was in a situation.
That is wrong. Perfectly Perfect. You are more than welcome to come up here after we sit through this.
Like I said, Buddha, if you'd like to come up and dispute anything we're
Buddha
saying,
should go
Please,
up
please
there,
come on
but I
panel,
have a
'cause at
very
this
bad
point,
feeling.
we have two different.
I sent you a message on Insta, so it's your choice. You can come up and talk or not. I just
You see, this is
really
why
feel-
this
I
gets
feel-
messy. Because to be honest, I don't want to be talking about people's business on here.
But you
because it makes me
did.
very
But you just
uncomfortable.
did.
That's
But I
You
have to
just
because
did.
somebody had put what should be a private matter out in public, and now I have to defend myself because then I have to say that she wasn't there, and I don't want to reveal
But
that,
you
but I have to
just did.
because then to tell my side of the story.
Because everybody else, I feel like, was so focused on this productivity.
Exactly. Hey,
That's why I
Lisa,
asked the
how are you,
question.
honey?
Because everybody's like saying, "Oh, you shouldn't have been focused on her productivity." But that's why I asked you why, right?
Mhm.
I'm just.
That's not your
But then-
At the
responsibility.
end
It's
of
like
the
I
day,
have a
Friend or
feeling
no
like
friend, it's
no
not your
matter what,
responsibility.
people are gonna feel the way they do.
yeah, at the end of the day, I just feel like
You mean
hey,
she
if
being
you
in
don't, if
debt?
you want to stop talking to me, you don't want to accept the apology. All right, just leave it alone and keep it
Your
pushing.
half-ass
We don't gotta talk
apology?
to
I
each
wouldn't
other.
have
You don't gotta
accepted
be
it
my
either.
channel. You know, let's just leave each other alone. But then if you're gonna make a video like this,
It's
you're making it
crazy over there,
public,
Bamboozle.
and
You,
then
you
now
guys
I
can do
have
whatever
to
you want. You can go in
defend
bold if that's
myself
what
and
you choose
say
to do. There's
exactly why
577
I
people
kept on
in there.
talking
I
about
doubt
productivity.
you'll get any word in edgewise. Fifi's over there. Okay, no problem.
what I'd like to do.
I mean, sure, if
is
you want to
go back
support,
the
that's
original
fine.
reason that I'm trying to
And
show
Tiny
this,
Dancer's in there
because
too. That's
I
not
fully
easy.
understand that you and Buddha
Oh, I'm sorry,
have
Judge Judy. It
personal
is
issues that you're
BBW
dealing with,
Veronica Chronicles.
or you were dealing with in
If
the
you can
past.
see that on the screen.
The problem is bringing it to the community and making people make
Actually, I'll put it on the.
moral
I'll post the
decisions on things that they're not
link.
fully aware of. That's my situation. That's what I
Mhm.
feel needs
It's
to
none
be
of
looked
people's
at.
business.
Because I fully
That should have been
understand, like I
between the
said,
two of them.
you know,
No
the
problem.
way that, okay, I'm just going to continue. We'll just continue right now.
This is a train wreck.
He won't give it to me. And so once he kind of
Here's the channel link if you guys want to go.
It kind of freaked me out how quickly things moved along for him. And then he had this flight book to come.
Do you feel that things are moving fast for you and for her, or what? Do you feel
like she wanted me to book the flight for her birthday. How did I know when her birthday was? Because she told me, and she knew my name.
Oh, now she knew
would
his
come
name.
up when I would call her, just like how.
Oh
her
my
name would
God,
come
Peace
up.
Baby. Yeah. I don't know how you guys are standing it. I'm reading
So-
and
I
I'm
don't know where
listening
that's
and I'm
coming
like,
from.
this is outrageous.
So the way that she's making it look, at least from
Aw,
my opinion,
thanks, Twinkie.
is that you're like this super creeper who booked a flight
Right,
to go and
BBW
visit her
King.
without talking about it. Did you guys discuss
If you
it?
notice, that is the same pattern, the same wording as somebody else. It's sickening.
Of
Before
course, it
buying
was
the ticket?
discussed. Why would I logically book a ticket
No problem,
to go
Meepy.
anywhere without
Welcome.
discussing this with her? Like, it just doesn't make any sense to me.
Hey, Bubbles. Right.
Aw, Danzig.
So Buddha's saying more BS. Do you mean more BS that you didn't discuss him coming to see you?
Oh,
It'd be
That's what
easy-
I'm
perfectly
trying to
imperfect.
easier
Wow,
if she
you are
came up
mad.
here and
I know
talked.
it really would, but she's not going to.
It's not
Okay, so
comfortable
you
for
knew
her. I
he
don't
was
blame
booking it.
her.
So then why is he a creeper that he was booking it? That's what I'm trying to understand. Like, if you knew he was going to do it and you knew he was coming, why all of a sudden now is he moving too fast and he's a creeper?
If anyone
Do
wants
you
to go
understand what I'm
in there
saying?
and
Like,
tell
I
Buddha to
understand
come
that is
here,
moving fast in a friendship.
you can. I don't
But
have Buddha's information myself. I mean, I
You
have it
were
on Twitter,
aware
but
of it, and if you
if
had a
anyone wants
problem
to
with it, did you
message her over
discuss
there
that problem
to
with
tell her
her
to
since
come
you
here,
talked every day?
I have no issue. Because that's got to be uncomfortable for her.
Did you? What I want to know, did she?
Now, this
ask
is
him
not
to
my
come?
panel. This is on BBW
Or
Veronica Chronicles
did she-
channel.
Sorry, Monty. Did she ask you to go, or did she imply?
Because
she
they can't
wanted you to
keep up
go?
with the text.
She asked me. That's why she asked me when she was talking about her friends that she would normally hang out with would want to drink and party. and she wants a different pace.
Oh,
as
she's
Infinity
doing
has
a
something to do that.
follow-up video. Okay, Peace Baby, thank you. She said I'm
I
going to
just
do a
don't understand
follow-up.
why she won't come up and talk to us.
Because it's biased. That's why.
I don't understand that.
It's
Just me.
biased. It's biased.
Because it's easier to just attack without.
Oh,
Yeah,
no.
whatever. Anyway.
Nope.
So I'm going to continue then.
No. No, that's not
For my
right.
birthday, because he knew I would be lonely, and a good friend does that, he says. I'm such a good friend.
That was like a big nope when she didn't want to come join our panel, remember?
Why would
With all the
she?
girls.
What kind of an advantage is
In the
this?
chat? We're not in the chat.
I
in
wouldn't.
messages. But then
Exactly,
he'll call me 3 or 4
Robin.
times a day.
Now,
laughing. Or
why
like,
is why people
Jenna, I
backstabbing
love
friends?
you.
let me know, like, did you know there's
Sorry, what?
She's saying backstabbing friends. So you can tell your side of the story, Buddha, but I can't.
Wow.
Like I said,
I'm
if you
sorry,
want-
it doesn't work that way. You can't come and tell us some information, then expect it to be all quiet.
Yeah.
I'm just saying. I'm not taking sides, but you know what? There's 3 sides to every story.
I know,
and I
pretty
want
lady.
everybody to remember that.
Army wife, it's hard to do that. I mean, people are going
like I
in
said,
there,
if
but
she wants to
the
come up, she
the
can.
chat is going so fast, and there. This is a very biased panel. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I don't understand how they thought that this would be.
asking for my OnlyFans content, and provided I did send him
And since you're here, Buddha, I would love clarification on this part.
a couple sexy photos and things because I thought that I was genuinely flirting with him in the beginning. Genuinely. And the thing is, I wanted to keep
It's not Gravy B. Pandu. Absolutely not.
OnlyFans. The very first time he asked me for access to my OnlyFans, he said it straight up. You should send me the link to your OnlyFans. And I said,
Hi, Genty.
subscribe. And he said, no, for
So if you guys were such good friends that he's the one person that you call after a
Thank you, Army wife.
situation, he's not a good enough friend to show your OnlyFans? Like, I'm not trying to shame anybody or say anything other than that feels really weird to me that this person that means so much to you can't just see some OnlyFans content if you're already sending him nudes and stuff anyway.
No, that's not the
If
way
that
it
makes no
went.
sense to me. So that's what I would really like an answer to that. And here's more.
free. Send it to me like Hot Ass Biznatch did, because Hot Ass Biznatch sent Monty a free link to her OnlyFans.
Why? Why'd I do that, Buddha?
Who cares?
Really?
That's your
Like
reasons.
the way that you said that was so manipulative.
Hey, Stephanie.
So manipulative to the point that in all the chats that you went into watching your video, people would say,
Well, Stella,
oh, no.
come on now. I mean, it's in the same spirit as his normal Monty After Darks. Why didn't he just do it over there?
Hot ass okay? Is she a victim too? What about her? You didn't say nothing. And you could have just said, oh no, hers was an entirely different situation.
She said
You
one
knew the
statement.
situation. You knew why.
You knew the entire situation as to why I had given Monty access to my OnlyFans.
So why? Why don't you answer why you
And
gave
yet-
access to it?
You just made it look like I had two choices.
I don't
To
know,
say I'm a victim
if
too.
you say that she knows, okay, obviously it's out there, she gave a link to him. Why? Why not explain it? If you guys are here to air out, then you should air it all out. This is so biased right now. I can't even believe, again, another interview that I could scream at this right now.
Or look like this insane Stan giving Monty some free porn. Like, why would I do that? It's stupid. And you basically made it so I couldn't say nothing. That people were allowed to have whatever opinions they wanted.
Because if she spoke up, she was a victim shamer.
because I really tried to formulate my response to that, because I'm like, I don't want people thinking I am a victim, because I am not a victim. And as soon as I just said, literally,
There you
all I
go.
said
Right,
was
Beans.
that I
I'm sorry, Army
I
wife.
did not
Take a
give
breath,
him
honey.
my OnlyFans for his entertainment. I gave him the OnlyFans
Exactly,
so he could verify
Lindsay.
the situation I was in.
Exactly, like the one he put
And
on
you
camera
had
with
access
him.
to my OF for the exact same amount of time as
Okay.
he.
Does anybody else find this awkward? No matter what it was, productivity for the switch of OnlyFans or OnlyFans to produce because you are in debt. None of anyone's business, okay? And quite frankly, as a channel holder, that's disgusting. When do people look at what it is? Okay? Doesn't matter why you gave him a link. Doesn't matter why she gave him whatever it was. She explained that she thought there was something between them, that they were friends, just like Tiny Dancer did. Okay? What does it matter? The nature. Obviously, you want to just put her on a firing squad, and you don't want to give the information out that's already out there. What kind of an interview is this?
He did.
You're only just sitting up there protecting him. That's an obvious
I'm
thing.
an ally of his. I thought I was an ally of you as well. And then you put my name in this video.
She said one thing.
To make me look like some, literally, like, to me, it felt like you gave me no choice. You
In
gave
fact,
me choice on this.
What? Yeah, that's right.
would tell me how cool you were and how much she looked up to her, you.
I literally, like you.
Then why
I keep
couldn't they
telling you,
have a private discussion, the two of them? Okay? Obviously, Buddha feels that this is, something she wouldn't have been listened about, obviously.
like I said, like, I know I sound like a broken record.
Thanks, Whimsy.
I appreciated what you did for me. The information you gave me changed everything. I have so many, like, oh, it's just stupid. I don't want to talk about that, but it really makes me angry that you, someone who I looked up to, someone who I felt connected to, would throw me into this bullshit. This is a fight between you and Monty. It had nothing to do with me, but somehow you chose to make it part of, there we go, the cult. Why is it a cult?
Sam.
Like, seriously, explain to me why you put my name in your video. I'm asking. Why did you put my name in the video?
That's Veronica
why
right
did you
now.
say it like that?
Because it looks better
Who?
for her.
Why do you keep
That's why.
answering Sarah Jane? My goodness.
You see nothing wrong with what you did, and that's the problem.
I wish that she would be able to get up there and speak out, but obviously that's not going to happen.
I have a real problem with her bringing me up and putting me in this position. I should have never been involved in this. This is your relationship. So why are you doing this? I gave him a free link and I gave you a free link.
Just remember, everybody, who you're defending, because just remember that in the future.
Oh my
That's all
Lord.
I'll say.
Hold on.
I don't know. No idea.
I will say time will tell, but I also say this is the exact reason why you keep private disputes private and don't bring it on the internet.
Are you
because then it gets
serious,
messy. 'Cause
sir?
This could have been easily, resolved. If she was like, hey, I do not want to talk to you anymore, I would not have messaged her ever again.
Jenna, tell her to
everything
come
would be
here.
Like, we are adults. Let's be adults and not
She
put private stuff on the internet.
I'm sorry, there's somebody asking if you asked to see Veronica. No, Veronica asked Monty to look at her OnlyFans.
I asked him. I just assume everyone knows. I contacted Monty. Okay? It was me. Because
Okay,
I had
Akasha,
a
thank you.
situation with Foodie That was ridiculous and stupid. And if you want to know all about that stupid fucking situation, there is 2 videos on my channel. Feel free to go
I
watch.
know, perfectly imperfect. That's what I'm like,
Seriously.
what are you talking? Keep things private. When? Oh, I forgot. You're supposed to check with him first. Jenna, it's okay, honey. Hey, Hillbilly Uncensored. How are you? It's good to see you. I haven't seen you since the whole, thing that went down. But this is exactly that. Why didn't they just do this on his channel?
Sorry, I'm outing you. It doesn't count. You both were on for the same amount of time on the same days. His ended in June 15th.
Are she showing their OnlyFans? How long? What the hell? This was not an interview. This is a witch hunt. Right? That's the time on their OnlyFans. Yes. Isn't that against
Why are we name calling Buddha?
Okay. So
well, welcome, Hillbilly. I know, Spooky. I know. Believe me, I know, you guys.
There's so much that we could say, you guys, but we won't.
Why don't you
right
not?
now, anyway.
Yeah, I
Why
would
don't
also
you
say
not?
that there's a lot to this that
There's
I haven't.
a lot they can say about this.
Just
How
remember
about
that
you
in the future.
don't? Gosh. All right, I'm going back. I think they were OnlyFans statistics. I think. I'm not. That's all right, Peace Baby. I know that Akasha went over there. I know Jenna went over there. Sam Q keeps saying on live. I don't think that was fair. Oh, here it is. Hang on one second, guys. Hang on one second. I'll make it bigger. Like, why? What is the point? I keep saying that a lot in this whole thing. Oh, did I miss it again? Hang on. I don't want to do this, but I'm going to do it because I have to prove a point.
seriously. Hold on.
Well, then don't put interview in the title. I know, Ari J. Okay, so here it is. So this is what looks like. Let me make this a lot bigger so you guys can see this. Buddha B, no, not Monty. Add to favorite subscription. When they started, I don't even know. I'm assuming this is OnlyFans, but I don't know because I don't use OnlyFans. But can you guys see that now? Let me know if you can see it now. Can you see it? Can you see it? It's subscription stats on OnlyFans. Okay. I had no idea what this is. I don't think that that's a very cool thing to do. Let me know when I can go back if you've seen it. If you've seen it. You do see it? Okay, Stella. Why call it an interview when this is nothing but a witch hunt? I'll say it. I don't know, Mika. I do not know. I wish I did. I have no idea what this even means. All right, we're going to go back.
That's why I kept on. So there you go. Caught lying right in the stream.
What? Hang on.
It's just not fair. It's not fair and it's not right. So anyway.
Wait a second. Wait, what did you say? Exposing your CRA status, is that so low? I thought I didn't expose your CRA status because what you were doing on my panel saying that you have a guy that you know by their first name and they know you on a first name basis, and that you had tax issues. You said that publicly
Okay.
multiple times, multiple of my
Okay.
panels. So what am I exposing if you're denying that you did not get put into collections? Because you denied it earlier, but now you're saying I'm exposing you.
It is turned up.
So which one is it? Because now you've said two things. You know what? Let me screen print this, because you're now saying I'm exposing you. How am I exposing you if you just said earlier in the stream that I was lying about your CRA status?
It seems that way,
So I
Astro.
was right when I said that was one of the factors. Anyways, let's continue. People slip up when they're angry, don't they?
And I said, no.
Well, wait a second, Monty, you did what you did just now. Only you knew that. Exactly. So earlier in the stream, Buddha, you said that you did not get put into collections. Now you're saying that you did. So right in this stream, you just lied.
So,
You know what?
Nope,
just to know
sure
you
did.
that
You know what?
information.
You know what? I'm gonna I'm gonna print screen this again. Yes, I know. Only I knew that because we were that cool and close. I knew what problems you're in. That's why I kept on talking about productivity. So there you go. Caught lying.
What
right
are you? What are you? Her manager? Her lawyer? What is this? What kind of psychotic sound is this coming from him? How dare you? Exactly. And from somebody off the internet, no less. Come on.
Okay. So now
It does matter. It does matter if you're caught in a lie, you guys, because then her.
That's the whole reason we're here, is because of the manipulation.
Oh,
Yeah.
then why don't you
Now
change
I
the
am so
title?
shocked that
Here.
many of you can't see it. Seriously.
I want to know. I
I'm
want
dead.
to do.
This was a setup. This isn't a Monty interview. This is a setup against Buddha. Wow. Wow. Hope you guys are proud of yourselves. Wow.
No, I want to know, Buddha. Why did you put me in this? Simple answer. Why did you put me in this?
Exactly,
Was there
poetic.
a thing that would have been changed if you had said, he asked for my OnlyFans for free? Why did you have to throw me into it? Like, it's fucked up. I didn't even want to give him my OnlyFans. And I'm fully aware.
Hey, but this OnlyFans thing, unless you're going to add to the context that's already out there, it doesn't make sense to the rest of us. And if you're trying to air this out, this is the wrong time, wrong place. You should have done this offline. Okay. It is possible for people to do stuff offline. Yikes. I don't
Yes,
know.
he asked you to do it free because I gave it to him free. But I didn't give it to him for free for fun. You're the one who's supposed to be seeing him, having this deep friendship and
Can I
that. So why?
Oh,
why-
Doe-Eyed is back.
just for a second, because I have to go somewhere. I have to be somewhere. I'm taking time away from my friends and family for this.
Okay,
I
go.
want to know why the description of the Buddha situation and why the tiny dancer situation sounds so similar
Oh,
storylines from
get
Monty.
it,
They're both
Doe-Eyed.
crazy, mentally damaged women who were problematic, but he was trying to be romantically involved with both of them. I want that situation explained.
I'd like that too.
Who said they were crazy?
You did.
You.
I never used that word.
Yeah, you did.
When?
In your video, you said tiny, and you mentioned that tiny dancer was unbalanced
And
She had mental
dangerous.
health problems. She was problematic.
Doe-Eyed
You
cookie.
described her as an unbalanced person, and you did the same thing with Buddha because we know she's got mental health issues with her bipolar, and you played that
Borderline.
intention- No,
Borderline.
let me finish. This is not your panel.
Oh, I
Let me
love
finish.
her.
You
I didn't like you
intentionally
before, but I like you
put that
now.
into your videos and your conversation to make them seem less credible and you more credible. And I think that is very, very unfair. And I think, Veronica, you need to take control back of this panel because he is pontificating and he's trying to take over. And I'm leaving now.
I
Please
love it.
explain,
All
Monty.
right.
Thank you, Doe-Eyed.
Let me ask you a question. Does Tiny Dancer have mental health issues? Yes or no?
That's besides the point.
If it's a
Doe-eyed
yes,
Cookie is
then
her
when I say
channel.
that she does have mental health issues,
That's
it's the
besides.
truth.
Does DLF? Does
Does
DLF?
Buddha Betch have mental
Does
health issues?
DLF?
If it's a yes, then what
Does
was I lying about?
DLF?
Okay, so
Does
literally what
Chantel?
I'm talking about is happening right now in
Holy
chat.
shit.
The whole purpose of this stream is to show the hypocrisy between what was originally the problem, the things about Monty, versus the reaction
Then
to the video
change your
and what it has been
title.
since.
Holy crap. Wow.
So I'm
This
going
is
to
not a good
continue.
look. Not a good look at all.
And he was like, but guess what?
This poor girl.
He paid for it.
I know she's strong
Even
enough
in
to speak up for
China,
herself, but
a
my
subscription.
goodness.
He called it
Ari J, I have such respect for her.
he called it research.
Now, after you joined her OF, how long were you a member of her OF?
I can't remember. She booted me. And you know what? I did say it was research, but that was a joke between her and me. So that is true, but it's a joke. But I hate when jokes are now being used as a sword against me.
Maybe
Same
it wasn't
thing
a
with Tiny
joke to
Dancer
her.
with the whole dick thing.
Oh
But
my
yet I
God.
have
Oh my
receipts
God.
of her calling my chest tits. It was a joke, and then it's being used to make me seem offensive.
Shut up, Brooklyn to Brixton.
So were you on there for more than a month?
I have to check when she booted me. I didn't look that up. I'm gonna have to go.
So if this was mid June,
Aisha, oh my God.
right?
And I'm just point. Is it flirting? What's happening here? And then when his mom died,
Okay, so there is a big span of time between that moment and when your mom passed, like at least a month, right? I think, if I remember the timelines correctly. Oh, I think he's looking up something.
No, go ahead.
Oh, okay. So from that moment when you joined her OF to when your mom passed, how much time was there? What was the time frame there? That was like a month?
Like
or?
I said, I have to look it
Okay,
up.
Carrie.
I don't have those on me for that before the stream or provide it, but I have to log into my banking to take a look at
What is going
Well,
on?
okay, hold on. So when did your mom pass? I'm sorry, I don't mean to bring
It
it
was
up.
July the 4th.
Okay, so that was at least 3 weeks then. If you joined around between the 8th and the 15th, then of June. So it was a little less than a month, like 3 weeks, would you say?
I guess so. If you're making that calculation,
I did,
sure.
J9, I did.
Give me a little
I know
while
Sam,
to
what
confirm this
Sam is
because
doing.
I
I know,
don't
it's
have
okay.
this information on me.
That's fine. But okay, so for the period of time after you joined her OF, what was your situation like? Like your friendship, talking level?
I thought we were great. I thought we were friends.
I'm
As
not
she
a
kept
fan, I'll
saying,
tell you
we're
that,
friends,
high
we
on
talk
caffeine.
every day. I don't think there was a problem at all.
Okay, so I'm going to
So
continue.
I would sum this up as a communication problem as well
It
as,
doesn't.
like I said, a problem that shouldn't
Thank
be
you,
put
Army
online.
wife.
Right.
This
It
wasn't
should
an
in no
interview, it's a
way
witch
be
hunt, and you
online.
knew it when making that title, you knew it would bring eyes
Okay,
in.
so I'm going
Yeah.
to continue.
And you got it.
I asked him, can I?
Uh-oh. Ooh, Buddha, if you took your video down in the middle of this, that's funny. Uh-oh. Oh, no. I don't know what they're doing. I don't know what's going on. Akasha, I know, darling, I know. I don't know what's happening.
Sorry.
Oh.
Okay, so this to me
Hey,
feels
Ariel,
very,
how are
very,
you,
very
sweetheart?
manipulative because she's saying that she
Ariel, were
reached
you
out
over
to
there?
you. And I'm sorry if my questions seem leading, but that's part of this because I'm trying to express how I see it.
Oh, did
I
she?
know how
Perfectly
you guys
imperfect. What
already
did she
see it.
say?
So
Early
if
Tan,
anyone
thank
says I'm
you.
leading, that's why, because you guys already have your
Yes,
opinion.
hillbilly.
I'm just trying to show you mine. So,
But
okay,
but Buddha
so
said
this
that.
period. Oh, hang on.
Thank you, Kool-Aid Gal. I appreciate that. You're welcome, Ariel.
Send me a
What is going on with
She
this?
wanted to console you, correct? From what I see her saying is that she
I need
wanted
my
to
itinerary
console
for
you
later.
in your
Thank
time
you.
of loss. Do you feel that way?
Yeah, she did. She was very consolatory, especially even texting me the day of the funeral, because
Do you remember what she said? Perfectly
I wanted a
imperfect.
lot of people to know.
Okay.
Right. That's what she said in her video. That's what Buddha said.
In your opinion, when you asked her for the porn, were you legitimately just wanting something for what was the reason for wanting it?
I know, Kitsune, you're right.
My mother died. I was vulnerable. There was a lot of emotions running through my head.
Okay.
Understandable.
So
some people, can I say something? Some people are going to look at that as all the way effed up.
Oh,
right,
come
that's what I'm about
on.
to say.
Stop.
So I want to look at that.
I don't know
and
what
the
they're
people that
doing.
are
You're
judging
leading
that
here.
right now
Hey,
need to stop
Enchanted.
judging
Or
that
Val.
right now.
Hi, Val.
Because a lot of people use sex, masturbation, porn, such for emotional release.
I hope she's all right.
It's a way to cope with stress.
This is too much.
It's a way to deal with life sometimes.
Oy.
Buddha,
you think I'm so biased? Then come up and talk to me.
Yeah, come up.
I have legitimate questions for you that you refuse to answer.
Yeah, right, Princess Alyssa?
Why did you put my
Buddha,
name
please,
in your
come,
video?
please. And I will stay quiet. I will not talk. But I think you should come up. I really do. I think you should come up
Chicken
and talk to
Pickle. So
Veronica.
you're even going to address all the accusations, or are we just going to listen to Veronica talk about herself all night?
Okay.
And this video.
Please would be nice. Like, not only was he creepy.
The problem to me here is because of my profession and stuff, like,
wow, what about the 4 more women in my DMs wanting to
porn
speak
in
out?
a
So there's
time
actually
of
4 people.
depression or sadness
More.
is a normal freaking thing. And I feel like the way that she did this was trying to make him out to be some creepy, icky dude. I'm sorry, but I'm
How
not.
many guys have come to you at a time? Can I ask a question to you, Veronica?
Sure.
How many guys have come to you at a time of loss?
Many, especially in my in-person days. I mean, it's guys going through a divorce, they come see me. Guys' parents just passed, come see me.
Oh,
like
God.
that.
These are strangers.
Can I say something too? I'm going to be honest. I thought it was weird myself, but I'm not in the sex industry. So that's why I'm asking Veronica.
All right.
Because she works in the
We're gonna get out of this before y'all blow up. I'm gonna put a link up there. I think some of you guys need a little vent session. Okay? Honestly, this is just what a mess. And if this is his way back, it's not it, sir. It is not it. It really isn't. Once again, using the mental illness card. Well, aren't they? What does it matter? I am so tired of this. I am so tired of this. God. Yeah, even worse, to be honest, than Garlic. Although Garlic doesn't get a pass either. No offense. He gets no passes. Okay, because he clearly knew what he was involved in. The same with this one. Only this one is micromanaging. This one is more manipulative. This one is more brainwashing. This one is more fucked up. I don't know, Glasgow. You see, this is the problem, is that the things we don't know off camera in the back, and I don't want to know, they're creeping to the light because they all want to make a point. They all want to be recognized as right in this. But the problem is the person that's the common denominator. I saw Badusi. The common denominator is giving these cheapo answers that is not answering anything. Yeah, I believe so. Oh my. Oh my. And I know when you guys are upset, because normally you guys are just like, we're good, but this is not good. This is not good whatsoever. All right, I pinned the StreamYard's link there if you guys want to come up. You see, my video was like peaches compared to this stuff. Yes, she is. She's in there. She's in there. I know you're not. Hard times. Well, you're all welcome. Don't worry, Becca. I'm not worried about it. I get it. It's there she is. I had a feeling you were going to be my first up here.
I know. I'm so upset. I'm
I
pissed.
know.
I'm everything right now. First off, I just have to say, as a woman and seeing that video of Buddha, and then for them to go on and attack, I'm like horrified. I'm horrified.
I know. I agree. And you've been up there with them. So tell me what you're thinking, Perfectly Imperfect.
Well, Veronica has always, I've never really been a fan of her. She's very self-centered. She's one of those one-uppers. If you did it, she did it better. If something happened to you, it happened worse to her. So this doesn't surprise me about her at all. Her personality is very much, look at me, center stage, here I am. And she's making this all about herself.
Absolutely.
Yeah. Buddha mentioned the OF because it shows a pattern. It shows a pattern. And for her to take offense to that, first off, she's always on the panel talking about her OF. So she can't, she's not embarrassed. It showed, for me, when Buddha mentioned it, it was a pattern of what Monty does. Monty is another one. Like, he looks even worse. I'm just like blown away. Blaming Buddha, making Buddha seem to be that she was the one who was obsessed with him, that he was just going in to help her. What the heck?
Where is this? Can I ask this question though? Where in it does it say that he had to be? He sounds like he's her manager, like he's the one that's drawing up contracts, and that when she should be filming and when she should be posting. What kind of a contract is he starting to indicate that he had with her? Because this doesn't sound like friends to me. This sounds like trying to be transactional. Same thing Chantel was doing, but she turned it into, she wanted it to be love. This is backwards.
Yeah, like a power grab for him.
Hi, Diana.
That he was going in to save her or something. I don't know. Even to even mention it is disgusting. It really is. It just shows this is what he does. And we've seen it time, and he did it to you. He goes out, he discredits people, he brings up their past, and then for him to come on and be like, this could have been handled privately.
Yeah. I got to be honest with you, Perfectly Imperfect. When I was doing my research on my video today is the first time I heard the panel talk about me when that whole thing went down. To hear what I was hearing, like, I've heard hypocrisy on that panel before many times, but to hear it, like, are you insane? First off, he puts my former friend. Where were we friend? Yes, we were friendly. Yes, he was decent with me, but we weren't like that. I mean, I thought At one point, yes, kind of like it seemed that way because when I was in that group, but he quickly showed me who he was, right? So to make in that title to say my former business partner and my ex-friend, two that are facts, two that are fiction in my eyes, okay? I just really wished on that panel people would have said, like, honestly, like, did you ask her? Because you're screaming on the top of your lungs that I didn't ask you about the damn freaking link that's out there to people anyway. I just posted it on my community page, right? I don't get asked. I don't get asked about, well, did you really do that? Or, what did the video say? No, it was perfectly okay for them to paint me in a light. And I'm sorry. Now, Kidney J is not supporting him. I'm sorry. But that's not the way things go. There's always some sort of made up story. Like he said, oh, I told her not to come back. I told her to fix it. That's correct. And then he said, and nothing. Bullshit. Because I answered him. Akasha will tell you this. I leave nothing. If it's important enough, I will give you the reason why. Whatever I'm involved in, if I've done something, I will give you a damn explanation, or I will give you an explanation of why I'm not doing something. It was a lost situation at this point, but he obviously clearly only wanted me to do what he wanted me to do. No, sir, it wasn't worth it to me. And that's what it sounds like with these women. Like Buddha honestly said she thought it was flirting at one point. I knew Buddha and him were friends, friendly, whatever. It's none of our business, to be honest. But when you come down to this level, because Buddha was in a very dangerous situation, and you basically kind of blamed her, like, oh, how did that happen? How did you let that happen? And can everybody get off the cameras? Why is it that people are shaming her because she's got cameras in her house? She's got,
I know.
what is that?
I don't know.
I have cameras in my house. I do.
Honestly,
it's not an unusual thing to have.
It's smart. It's
Natural
smart.
Ginger is still around him from what I know. I know that she's modding for somebody else. And I know that she comes in she was in the gating grounds. She comes in, and she says, what did Monty do? Can anybody tell me what Monty did? Okay. That's where she stands. She still doesn't believe anything.
Well, here's my thing. This is something I noticed because I've watched Buddha stream a couple times now, and I rewatched Monty to see the things that he said. And here's what doesn't make sense to me is why I think Monty is lying about not knowing what Buddha went through. She had put it on her Twitter prior to that. If she reaches out to him and said, I had a date that went bad, or I was on a date, or whatever it was that she said, she didn't explain the situation at that point.
No, I think she said she had a bad night.
She had a bad night, right? It wasn't even a date. She had a bad night. How was his response then to her? Well, how did you get yourself in that situation? That's not a proper response you would have to that. You would say, why? What happened? So if he's already saying, how did you get yourself in that situation? That to me says he already knew what the situation was.
And what does it matter?
He was questioning her and shaming her. I'm just pointing out the fact that I believe he lied about that, and he was well aware, because if he didn't see it himself, that there were other people that saw it. Some of his mods, some of the friends that would have got in touch and said, oh my God, did you see this about Buddha? So that's my first thing that's really been pissing me off today. And also, all of you disgusting people in this community, I have seen comment after comment going after Buddha for her mental health issues, calling her manipulative. Well, you can't trust anybody with BPD. They do things like this. What the fuck is wrong with you people? What is wrong with you that you would go to that level for Monty to go and shame her and not believe? She backed everything up with facts, all of it. I just do not get what is wrong with people in this community that they can say things like that to her.
Because they want to look like, hi Val, by the way.
Hi guys.
Hi honey. They want to look like they're the ultimate supporters. Is it worth it? You do the same for Chantel. Is it worth it? Okay? No, it's not a caring response. A caring response is, are you okay? All right. I'm sorry I was asleep. I'm sorry I didn't get to you. My God, are you okay? That's what you do. And if she needs to talk all night or she needs handheld, whatever it is, that's what you do. Not, were you productive today? Oh, I can't.
I know.
And we're supposed to
Let
accept
me add
this.
another thing too is the one time I think Perfectly Imperfect and then was Veronica and somebody else, and I was gonna try to go on panel that day. I don't remember what day it was. I finally was feeling better. And after dealing with my mom and everything else like that, like he made me wait for 3 hours and I never got to go on panel. So I went into
You mean
another
during
channel.
his live?
Yeah. He wouldn't let me join the panel. It was just such fucking bullshit. So I went into another channel because I was pissed. He just
I don't
sat there and
blame
fucking
you.
made me wait. I was like, what the fuck, you asshole? When I actually had something to say and then I forgot and I said, fuck it, I'm leaving. So yeah, I was pissed about it.
I'm sorry he did that to you, Val. I mean, it has been said by the community, mind you, not just me, but a lot of people that have said that they stopped going over there because things had started to change. It wasn't the same vibe. The panel, no offense, Perfectly Imperfect, the panel was always like the same. They did all this yakking and
No, you're right. You're right.
Yeah.
My husband was hearing one time. We were on the panel, and during the panel, I was on mute, and he said to me, "This is ridiculous." He's like, "The same thing is being repeated over and over and over again."
Yeah.
And I'm like, "Yeah, I know, but you couldn't get a word in. It would just be like, you couldn't talk."
Well,
I
and
enjoy doing panel with you, Perfectly Imperfect. I enjoy doing it with like you and Natural Ginger and stuff, but the Veronica shit, she would not shut her fat fucking mouth. It's like I couldn't say anything because she wouldn't shut the fuck up. It's like, will you
What
just
was
like shut the fuck up?
what was her whole like what was her whole stick up there? If you can tell me. Like I'd never listened to her until today.
I think she's
talked
obsessed
about
with
her.
Monty. I think she's in love and obsessed with Monty.
Yeah.
She talked about herself all the time. It was always about Mexico and her OF all the time. And look, she said it tonight because somebody said in the chat, a lot of people, why are you doing this on your panel? Why not Monty's? And she said, well, I need the watch hours. And I'm like, that is so tacky. You're taking a situation of Buddha, which is pretty serious, everything she went through. And you're going to use this for watch hours? And you're going to admit it there. I think everything you need to know about her is right there.
Yeah, ever since she showed up on panel, it has turned into the Veronica show. She sucks all the energy out of the room. It's nothing but sex talk now, and it's all about her. She interrupts everybody, and someone sent me a link because she was on Sarah Jane's panel. and I'm sorry, I had to.
I was
I couldn't help
waiting for
myself.
somebody to do it.
I couldn't
And I'm
help
sorry I
myself. And
interrupted
she,
you, Kasha. I didn't mean to interrupt you. I'm sorry.
That's okay, hon. And she said, well, yeah, I interrupt people and I don't give a fuck because if I have to say something, I'm gonna. She said, if I have to say something, I'm gonna say it. And I have ADHD, so if I just need to interrupt somebody, I just don't care. It's just who I am. And I'm like, why go on a panel then? If you know you're an asshole like that, why go on a panel?
When Veronica, okay, because I was on what? I think I was on. Was I on three panels? Wasn't I usually on three? Because usually when Perfectly Imperfect was on, I was usually on. If it was the OGs, which was Buddha, Natural Ginger, Hippie, and then Perfectly Imperfect, I would go on. But this Veronica bitch pops out of thin fucking air, and I'm like, what? Who the hell is she? And just like pops up, and I'm like, oh great, I guess I'm nothing, right? I guess my opinions mean shit. So yeah, I felt very, I don't know what word to use, but like
your opinion didn't small, like your opinion didn't matter, and that's not the way it should be.
It
It's
made me
never the
feel
way
like
it should be.
shit. Yeah, it upset me very much because I love being on panel with you guys,
Same. And I'll be honest, I know a lot of you were mad at me when this whole thing went down. You guys were like, oh, that's it, Collie, if that's what you're going to do and you're going to... What did I do? All I did was put my opinion out there. It wasn't even like I exposed him. That shit on Kiwi Farms was there. And you heard him in my video. He has an account there so he can post. He said it. And then he denied it again. Denied that he has a fucking account. Dude.
Yeah, I remember that stream. You were crying. I was in that stream because that was my first red flag. Like, who the fuck is Monty? Like, that's when the first red flag popped up. Like, what in the fuck is going on?
Mm-hmm.
That's when like I started to, my opinions and thoughts about Monty completely started to change after I was in, watching your live chat and just hearing you cry. I'm like, what the fuck is wrong with Collie?
Yeah. For those of you that don't know, so Veronica started out, the reason she doesn't like Chantel is, and Perfectly Imperfect, you may know more, I'm going from memory here, but she had reached out to Chantel as kind of a, come do OnlyFans with me, we can make a lot of money. And I think Chantel got a little bit of information from her, but then didn't follow through. So now she hates her, and she's up on Monty's panel constantly talking about Chantel, bashing Chantel, constantly saying, "Oh, Chantel's copying me." It's very high school.
Oh, she was.
Totally high school. Like, look at me,
constant.
I'm the popular cheerleader, and you're just a stupid geek on the side. Fuck you, okay? Seriously, like, get over yourself, honey. You wish.
Yeah, she was very obsessed with the fact that she believed that Chantal was copying her. Everything Chantal did was copying her. And I know people in the chat would be like, I think you're I think one person even said something in the chat one day, and she like went after this person because the person said like, I think, and it wasn't even mean. They were like, I think you're reading into things a little bit too much. And she went off on this person.
The delusional part of you're copying me is like, okay, how in the Hunter Hayes do you sit there and copy that shit? Like, how is that even possible?
Hunter
Like,
Hayes.
what the fuck, man? Like, I'm just like, more delusional bullshit. You sound like Booty, but put yourself in check. But go ahead. You sound like Booty Booty Jr. Like, seriously, like it's scary.
She was a former VIB. Am I or is she currently a VIB? Because she sounds like one.
Yeah,
I'm not sure. I'm not sure. I just know
think I've said this. I've said this before, and I'll say it again. I think that there is a mentality with the VIBs, old and new, that once they're in that little universe with Chantel, that Chantel is theirs and nobody else's. So if there's any other opinion, it's not needed nor warranted because they live in a brainwashed fucking place that they're living in when they sit there and listen to that bullshit day in and day out and then come out and go, oh, look at these people, these reaction channels. They're so pathetic. They repeat everything. They regurgitate everything she says. And again, her views are down. Wonder why that is.
Toxic fart bubble.
Yeah.
That's all I gotta say.
Is doe-eye cookie? No. Doe-eye cookie and natural ginger are two separate people. They have very similar accents, but they're not.
Yeah, they're from
I
two
think
different
they're
countries.
from like around the same places, but like not that far. You know what I mean? Like,
Yeah.
I don't
think
know.
natural gingers.
EG, from what I know, is still around. I don't know exactly where, but if you check out what's her face, Kimikaze, she seems to know.
What about Kidney J and who else am I thinking of? Why
Kidney J posted to Twitter that she was done. That she felt as a friend. She was backstabbed. She said she was backstabbed a few times. Another one. Okay, going to call her. Going to say something about her. Okay.
Yeah.
And if she ever tells her story, I'm excited to hear it. But Natural's from the UK. Yes, that's what I figured. And doe-eyed is Australian, right?
She's from
Thank you,
Australia.
Angel. And hi, Angel. Yes, Grebo is done too, Jenna. Grebo is done too.
Good. That's what I was gonna ask for. Was a great Grebo. That just
yeah.
in my head.
I spoke with her. I texted with her last night and kind of caught her up. And her and I have
thinking about all of them. Yeah.
her and I have been kind of back and forth, about this. And she, she's been dealing with her own stuff. So she has come in and out and has asked me questions, and I've told her. And I don't know. Is it going down? You know what? We said this about Natter. Somehow people hang on the deepest of the rungs just to keep something going. But it's definitely going to be different. That's for sure.
Shit's floating down the douche canoe, It's just floating down there.
I mean, what is this? So let me get this straight. He announced today he's no longer doing Chantel.
Yeah,
Yeah,
really.
so
Sure.
that was funny to me because he made a little video that he's not going to be covering her content, meaning like sniping anymore, and he might make little videos about her, like edited videos. But I'm like, it's because she threatened to strike, and I think you finally believe her, and you know that your content is not transformative. You snipe her, you sit there and only say hi to people every 15 minutes. He doesn't even add commentary. So she would have every right to strike and win.
Mm-hmm.
And
I mean,
and he
he
knows
really,
that.
that's all he does. I mean, seriously, there are times okay, and I have a daughter and a boyfriend, and a life and shit, but I swear to God, he was online more than I was. And this was before I made my channel, like when I was like starting to, and I was just like, damn, he is obsessed, man. Like it was crazy.
Kate Winslet, are you talking about the one that's now in Natter's mod, the Natter mod? Because I know that she was in there too. I don't know. Listen, the only thing I know is when she tells on me when, cauliflower is sniping right now. It's about the only thing I ever knew about her.
She's tattletaling like she's in kindergarten. Oh, look what Collie's doing. Really?
Yeah, that's what they do. But yet it's like, but there's more eyes on you, stupid. Yes, she is,
Yeah.
Kate. Yep.
Mama is a bitch. That's all I gotta say. You give in what you give out, and if you
Oh,
give out,
I wanted to ask this question. Thank you, Shirley Not. So, the troll detective strike, did you hear the answer he gave?
Yes.
From the
I
video
mean,
from today?
Yes.
Yeah.
yeah,
Yes.
from a little while ago.
Yeah.
What did you think about that?
I can't wait for the second part, man. Bring it on.
Are you talking about when Doe-Eyed asked him?
Yes,
Yeah.
yes.
Okay.
Yes.
So I have been watching him, and he was upset at Natter for striking. He was upset. So
Yep.
him now changing the story and being like, well, yeah, it was okay. But no, that is not how he felt at the time. And that's when Doe-Eyed got off. And Doe-Eyed's like, okay, I heard all I need to hear. And she got off. And then she came back. See, I've been seeing Doe-Eyed kind of, I've been noticing she's been thinking about this. And because she's kind of reached out to me through
Hey,
our
Harley.
videos, and so she's been really contemplating this. I think it was hard for her, but her decision was
I know
made.
that,
Right.
Allison. What he said was, because they're asking, he said that it wasn't transformative, that it was mostly his voice throughout the video. I never heard anything like that in my life. What do we pick little things? And supported Natter striking. Well, if he, that's what the system is there for. It's in place for those things. Is it now? Is it now?
Yeah.
I'll be
And
damned.
Kate, to answer your question,
No,
no.
Glasgow.
To answer your question, Kate, no, I have never had contact with Madi. I do not reach out to creators. I think it's weird that people do that. I've only spoken with 3 creators in my life, and it's because I mod for them. That's it. But other than that, I don't have contact with creators. It would never even cross my mind to reach out to someone like that unless I needed to in a situation where I mod for them.
He never reached out to me, and I never, you know what I mean? Like there was never any communication that way.
Yeah, I didn't either. Other than just sharing like pictures of Pumpkin and shit. Like when his mom died, I was just giving him sympathy and saying, at the time I'm here for you. I showed him a few pictures of Pumpkin, and that was pretty much it. That was pretty much basically it.
Well, I showed you guys in my video what the extent of our interactions were. I think one time I told him he was late to the panel. He asked me if I was going up. And then the next time was about this whole thing that went down with his mods and the subscribers, that I need to fix it. And then the last was me sending him a quote to him when I found out his mother passed away. And he said, thanks. And that was it. That was the extent.
Yeah, that's what I did too. Yeah, but then if you guys, and you may not remember this, but I'm saying that after his mom had passed away, you could slowly see him starting to change his demeanor and his talking and like his Monty shit. Like he just stopped doing it. It was very scary to see, but you could see the decline. And I'm a Pisces, so I'm very intuitive with shit. Very intuitive, unlike Chantel, okay? So you could just, every stream you could tell he was getting worse and worse.
Bye, Kitsune. Hope you feel better.
No,
Kate, I
well,
never
I
believed
know.
that. Never believed that.
I never believed that either. I think it's something he did intentionally because
Yeah.
you made a video about him and he did not like it. So he wanted to send his mob after you, and that was the best thing he could do, was make that story up, because it upset so many people. But again, he showed no proof, no receipts, other than he knows it's you. Well, how do you know? Do you
I
think
agree.
anyone that's on the farms like that is just going to be announcing to everybody, "Hey, I'm a farmer. I'm a farmer. You know, go, here's my handle. Go check out what I posted." They don't do that.
Yeah, yeehaw. But you know.
The whole part about that website is people do things behind a anonymous avatar or a different name. Okay. I am not condoning what they do by any means, but that's how it runs. That's how these forums run. It is soaked in all sorts of different things that I didn't want to discuss. But when it comes to Girl World, it was always a source. I don't care who you are in this community. Everybody sourced it. And again, I'm going to say it. If it weren't for Monty, I would have never have known about Kiwi Farms ever.
So it's kind of like a two-faced shit where they sit there and go, "Oh, we're gonna talk all this mad motherfucking shit about Foodie," and then 5 minutes later post the fucking shit on Kiwi Farms. That's so fucking two-faced,
Well,
man.
that's what it is. But the problem is that if you get involved, see, this is why it's dangerous. And sometimes I wonder if they really want the farms' attention. If you get so involved, if you start cow tipping, or if you start showing this like ubiquitous love and support, like some of these VIBs, no offense, but I'm going to say it. That's why y'all got a freaking thread there, because they're looking at you. They're looking at what kind of person you are, that you could support this. Same for Natter. Same for any of these people, the Heather Cordona, the what's her face, Love Knows for TLC. Any of these people, they're gonna look in, and they look in hard. I was fucking petrified. Akasha could tell you this. When they informed me my name came up on that, I was like, "What do you mean?" And they're like, "Oh, no, it's positive," but it was linked to Monty.
Oh God.
No,
It's like
well, it's because
bad. It's like bad, like a bad reputation you do not fucking want. It's the shit you do
No.
not want about yourself. Like you just don't. You're like, no, fuck no. No. Like private shit. I get it. Yeah.
Exactly. It's stuff that you don't want to go near. No, the farms is not up again. I know that it is, sometimes it's humorous, right? Sometimes we get a good kick out of it, but at the same time, I don't mess with it. I don't talk badly about it. I don't want to get involved in all their politics. There are times that I agree. And there are times I think they go way, way, way overboard and too far. And I'm talking specifically to Girl World, not talking about the rest of it. Okay.
Yeah, I agree.
I didn't even know the rest of it existed. I thought it was just a Girl World thing.
Not
I had
until
no idea.
not until we did, that little video, but
yeah.
But I didn't know about Kiwi Farms until Monty mentioned it. I'm like, what the fuck? What the hell was that? Like, I didn't know what it was. Like I had no idea what it was, what Kiwi Farms was, until he like elaborated it or whatever you want to call it. I'm like, what? So it's like the fucked up TMZ where they sit there and expose people. What the fuck? Like
Nancy, as far as I know, yes. As far as I know, I don't know exactly, but
well, I haven't seen Hippiesta for a while. So she was on a couple weeks ago, and I don't know how the topic went to Trisha Paytas, and I don't even know how she made a comment, and she was kind of jumped on by the panel. And I haven't heard from her since then. So I don't.
Actually, Nancy, I thought she was part of Gary's, and I know you're in there all the time. So I thought she was a member over there.
I saw Hippie in Purple Glitters live the other day. It was yesterday. I'm sorry, I've been sick. So I think it was like a day ago, 2 days ago. And we were just chatting, you know what I mean? And she said hi, you know what I mean? Just nice and sweet. So that's the only time I saw her, because I've been busy with my channel and stuff and feeling better in life. So
she's in everybody's chat.
Yeah. But I mean, she dipped in the purples and, when we were watching whatever channel that was.
Oh, really, Danzig? I'm not surprised.
Yeah, she goes to YTRs too. She's a member there.
Oh, well, there's the respect lost. That's sorry.
Yeah.
Sorry.
Yeah, and I think Purple Glitter was asked to go on the panel. I could be wrong. It's purely speculation. Well, she put up on Twitter, she said she put a post up about how she couldn't go live. She got some bad news, and she didn't have the headspace to go live. And then after that was probably around 7:38. And then after that, she put up like 3 other like posts. They were very like cryptid. Like I didn't know what they meant, but I kind of she was upset about something. She was like, "You're telling me now," stuff like that. So I kind of got the feeling maybe they reached out to her to go on, and she's just not comfortable doing it. And again, speculation. I don't know, but that would put her in a bad spot. You know what I mean?
Yeah, because when
Absolutely.
she went live, I think it was okay. I'm sorry to interrupt. When
No,
she went
no.
live the next day, you could tell she was very shooken up. Like you can tell when people are upset and they've cried or whatever, screamed or whatever. You can honestly tell. Like you really can. And you could tell she was upset. Didn't really know how to answer it, but she kind of wanted to, but didn't want to. So, and kind of scared because this was like during a live by Chantel's, you know what I mean? So, yeah, I can pretty sure it was nerve wracking for her, you know. And just
Akasha, did you want to say something?
No, I'm listening.
Okay. Just making sure. Just making sure. Yeah, I know there's a lot of questions on the side chat. They're still going. They're still going. Still showing Buddha's video. Buddha's still in there. I don't know how she's she's got some strength in her, because I don't know if I could handle all that. I would have been probably Audi 5,000 by now. It's way too much.
It just makes me feel a certain kind of way. Those 2 women on there, gatekeeping for Monty, I don't like it. It's not a good look. It actually and then to attack Buddha when you're supposed to be interviewing Monty, and then and Veronica, and then even Sarah Jane was starting to get. They just were angry at Buddha.
This is, I put the link on the side, but it is at BBW Veronica Chronicles channel. She's got Monty. I'm sorry, I still have an issue with this. The Monty interview, all the dirt, all the tea. This is not an interview.
No.
This is an ambush.
It just makes me feel like, there are those that left the panel. Majority of you, if not all of you, have channels, right? You guys kept your integrity and said, no, I'm choosing with the side of right. And it just feels to me right now that Veronica and Sarah Jane, they just want to they want to continue to ride Monty's coattails. I don't think it has anything to do with anything other than that. They've gotten things from him. I mean, remember, Holly, we played that one panel from Sarah Jane, and she had a couple people in there, a couple people, and then since she's been going on Monty's, her channel's gotten bigger.
What have I
BBW, her
said?
channel's up now. She's got 500 people already. I really think that's all it has to do with.
No. I know that, Danzig. I'm sure she's over there peeping what's going on, just like most of the community is. I understand the what do you call it? The curiosity, because obviously I started my live with this, but it just doesn't, what's so dosh darn nefarious is I keep going back to the other one over there whose name we don't mention here, but very, very similar. Very similar, outside of the fact of what is it with everybody and their sexual lifestyle? Why do we all need to know this? Okay.
I don't want to know it. If I want to know anything about that, then I will go and watch something like that. But when I'm going into something thinking it's going to be a Chantel discussion, and all it is about your boobs and your fupa and how you clean yourself and your sex and your OnlyFans. Well, that's not what I was promised when I came in, and I don't care about that.
It's like an undercover covert operation for a sexual trade. I'm sorry.
Right. And it's Monty's panel. Why isn't he like, okay, we're getting off topic here. Let's get back on. He doesn't say a word. He lets it happen.
Because he was getting free access to her OF. It all makes sense now. Because I used to wonder, like, why is he letting, because there would be people that he would have on, but then he'd get them off, because they'd be a lot. But with her, he would just, and even my husband noticed it, and he was like, why doesn't he stop her? And I was like, I don't know. Now we know why.
Yeah.
Now
well,
we know why.
if you need to know, she's over there supporting him. So that should tell you.
Who is?
Yeah, and he was also getting free OF from her.
What did
Yeah, it makes total sense now. Perfectly imperfect. You're right. Now that all this has come out, it's like, okay, now we get it. You know?
I'm going to highlight the comment. It's by Cats Are People too, if you don't see.
Mm,
Okay.
not even gonna go. Yeah, not even
Yes,
gonna go
you
there.
know. No, I'm not going to. No.
She's over there supporting him. Is that what you guys are saying?
I said that from what I saw.
Oh, well. Well,
I hear you, maybe.
that's on her.
And the truth of the matter is, you know, let's do it in life forms, simply. Okay, you lose a parent, and this is coming from somebody who did a few years ago. All right, yeah, it changed me a lot. I could not force myself to be the happy-go-lucky collie everybody thought I was supposed to be. I was holding it in. I was just like phoning it in with videos and trying to keep my mind occupied. And guess what happened? A couple of years later, it hit me badly, physically and mentally. It's not, you know, it's not easy to lose a parent. I absolutely can identify, and it does change you. But then take a damn break. Take a damn break off the internet. What are you going to lose? Seriously.
Yeah, yeah, I
Who's on
agree.
panel? Because I see the same
Carly,
people. Yes.
yeah, I was gonna ask you
Oh,
if we
never
could
mind.
switch, if we could
I
switch
see.
over.
I see. Okay. All
Can we
right,
switch
guys.
over, or should we do a
To
poll in the chat if everybody wants to? Well,
switch over to this.
I'm a little curious as to what's being said
I
now.
will switch over, but
Not
for
if you don't want to.
no,
Not if you don't
it's
want to.
fine.
I'm
It's
just
fine. It's fine.
okay.
It should have been left offline, and she should have taken care of those issues with him through however they communicate. And I mean, I'm just going to be honest about it. The way he responded to her, yeah, it could have been different. Absolutely. It could have been different, but you also can't change a person that's straightforward.
Have you had interactions with Monty behind the scenes?
Yes, I have.
And when you communicate, does he communicate in short, not complete sentence, like just answers?
Yes, absolutely. Okay. Absolutely. And I said that in the chat. Someone said, well, maybe he's not your type. I'm not trying to be Monty's type. When I would talk to him, it wasn't on no flirty type level. He would give me advice on things that were going on. It would be short and sweet, and that would be it.
Okay. Do you have any questions before I go forward?
Monty is short and sweet with everything, in my opinion.
Do you have any questions?
Yeah, I agree with that, Skinny Queen. He is short and sweet with everything. And I don't think y'all should be just crucifying the man.
Oh my God.
I mean, first of all, it's not like he's talking to any children. Y'all,
what's that have to do with anything?
Talking to our adults. And I'm sorry, Buddha Betch, but you can't expect this man to be your savior, ma'am. You allowed this man in your home.
Oh, I'm done. Nope.
And yes, I saw your video.
She did not.
No, I'm not. I refuse. I refuse. Sorry. Nope.
Victim
Not
blaming,
doing
shaming.
it.
Wow.
Not doing it. Not doing it. I am trying, you guys, and Akasha, I'm not doing it. Nope. Nope.
How do people think that essays happen? They can happen when you are married to someone, when you are dating someone. Those happen. It doesn't matter. How do they think people get in relationships? You have to eventually trust someone enough to meet up with them somewhere, right? So to say that a woman, how could you let him in your house? Well, how do any of us have husbands or a significant other? I don't want to leave this to just men, but in Buddha's situation, this was a man.
I'm sorry, guys. I had to cut out.
What I'm saying?
Yes, I do see what you're saying. That's, you know. Nope. 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 Not doing it. Not doing it.
Wow.
This was not a good look for anybody, to be honest with you. This should have been taken some time away. Pull yourself together, get away from all of this stuff. Don't have these conversations because there's so many different aspects that have nothing to do with what kind of fucking asshole he is. Do you understand that? The hell is wrong with you?
That was so disgusting for Curl to say.
Oh
It's
my
just
God,
wrong.
no.
This is
Mm-mm.
not on Buddha. It's on the man that did that to her. He's the one that took those actions to scare her to that point to where she's trying to get him out of her home. He assaulted her.
No, Angel,
That
I didn't
she
see
has
it.
oh my God.
You know what? I'm not even going to give it any more energy than it needs because it is just one person's opinion. That's one person's opinion. It's a very sad one at that, but I'm not even going to go on with that because it's irrelevant.
This is why I've said it before. This is why women do not come forward. I never reported mine, and this is why. Because you get questioned, you get blamed. Well, why did you go there? What were you wearing?
What does it matter? What does it
Because
matter? Why?
because in society, that's how women are treated. Even among other women, they're treating other women like this that have had that happen to them. And I believe, if I'm not mistaken, that Curl said on a panel before, so I'm not saying anything she hasn't said out in the open, that she had something happen to her when she was a teenager. So how could she even say that to Buddha? Was it Curl's fault that that happened? No, just like it's not Buddha's. I'm in like shock right now.
Yeah, I can't understand how a community can sit up here and talk about, bonding together and doing all this stuff. And the reality is that's the furthest from what people do here. It really is. Because put yourself in that position. Okay? I don't care what Buddha looks like. I don't care if Buddha's skin was hanging off her body and she never brushed her teeth or hair any day. Okay? If she's attacked in her own home, that's scary as hell. All right? I am sick and tired of these people making these like boneheaded, just, like observations. Okay? This is why people have cameras in their house. This is why people have cameras outside of their house. That's why people have cameras in their driveway, because people want to protect. There are bad things that happen in the world. Oh, imagine that. How do you
This is
stand there
why
and say that
my
no, I
yeah,
can't. Hey,
this is
Jessica,
why
I didn't miss you. I'm sorry.
hi Jessica. This is why my home is surrounded with cameras. The inside of my home is surrounded with cameras, and I have a security system and 2 guns. This is why, because things like this have happened in my life. And I'm sure things like that have happened in Buddha's life. And guess what? Even if they haven't, she's a single woman living alone. She should have cameras. So anybody that's questioning that, stop now. You have to protect yourself.
No woman at any time, okay? She went out on a date. That does not invite her to be
No,
assaulted. I'm
it doesn't.
sorry. I can't. You know what? I'm going to say this. If that happens in her life, that's unfortunate and I'm sad for her. Okay? But that's not for the majority and the generalizations. This is what I'm talking about in this community. Stop using everything as a damn generalization for everybody. It's not a blanket statement to cover everybody. Okay? People
Yeah,
have had their own personal things happen to them. Everybody wants to be heard. Everyone wants to be understood. So why is it that we can't do that for anybody else? I don't understand that. I don't. And don't
right.
tell me about him or the other psycho out there in Montreal. Don't tell me about them because you lose that respect once you start saying these things and doing these things and putting it out there and you're on a platform. You know what wouldn't matter? Wouldn't matter. We wouldn't have known about this stuff, but you're on a platform. You're on a platform and you are inducing it in your audience as well. Okay? God, I'm getting heated.
I am
Jessica,
too.
I was
I'm gonna go on
wondering where
mute.
she was. Yeah.
I'm gonna go on mute for a little bit because I need to
No,
breathe
it's
and
okay.
calm down because I am just disgusted right now.
I
Just
apologize.
give me a few minutes.
Yep.
I'm
I
sorry.
apologize for screaming. I'm getting overly, and I shouldn't.
It's crazy because when
I heard that, Poetic. Yeah, go ahead.
when I saw she had the camera, you know what my first reaction was? Thank God she had
Imagine.
a
Right.
thank God. And that anybody would have any different reaction is like, I can't wrap my head around that. Thank God she had a camera. If anything, women learn from that.
Mm-hmm.
Learn from that, especially if you're a single woman, live alone. But even if you're not, learn from that.
That's exactly it. Every woman has a right to protect themselves, okay? Just like if you're walking in a dark alley somewhere in a dark parking lot and somebody is behind you and grabs you and you pull out a can of mace, that's your right. That's your right. I'm sorry, Chicken Pickle. I know. And I'm sorry I screamed at you guys. It's not you guys at all. This frustrates me. This is not unity. This is not supporting. This is just pulling apart. It's very triggering for you guys. I know that. Well, hope it's worth it. Monetize ain't all it's cracked up to be. Honestly, if you compromise your morals, if you compromise your soul, essentially, and I said this too, you sold your soul to YouTube. Good luck with that one. Good luck. How long that's going to last? It's not abnormal, Jill. That's right. That's right. But it protects you, protects your family, right? You have kids, you have pets. I don't care if you have you're protecting your valuables, whatever it is. It's your right to do so. And imagine, perfectly imperfect is right. Imagine if it wasn't there, and God forbid, she was at the negative end of that situation. You know what I'm saying? Because she's going to fight for herself, Art Girl. It's what she does. Did they? Well, she's more than welcome. She's got a place if she wants. I don't like getting like this, and it just irritates me. Like I said, she's a fighter. I don't like it, but she wants to stand up for herself, But to listen to that's supposed to be logic? Nah.
No,
Nope.
that was bullshit. That's what that was.
You okay?
I don't
I know.
care. All these things. Listen, I have a husband. Okay, my husband is a huge guy. He is. He's very big. He's very muscular. We have all these cameras. We have the security system. We have the guns. My husband did that for me. Majority of this stuff happened in my childhood. My last situation was over 20 years ago. But when you have gone through that, you will never feel safe again. That is stolen from you. It is taken from you. And yes, I'm in therapy. I still go to therapy. I go twice a month still. And I have
Who's
for a
Angry
very long time.
Pistachio, Poetic? Is that another YouTuber, or is that a name for a YouTuber? I don't know.
So they used to go by the name Peanut, and then John's
Oh,
Peanut
they're
Gallery.
talking about me? Well, of course they are.
They're a mod for Gaining Ground too, and they have their own channel.
It was upsetting. Yes, no, that should not have happened to you. But to accuse someone of basically assault or not being a good friend because he didn't answer when you wanted, everyone have their own lives.
She's missing the point.
The best thing you could have done was came up here and said your piece, said your part. But you refused to. You're talking mad shit in the comments, and that's not called for.
What else is she supposed to do if she doesn't feel like she's going to be heard? Like, I don't.
The whole reason you're mad at him.
Sorry.
Is for being an asshole.
Well, you don't hear him anymore. Now they're talking about him, for him, and I'm not about it. Why would she go up there? Why would she go up there? Why would anybody go up there?
This is none of her business, but let's just lay it out there. It's none of her business.
Well, it's supposed to be an interview for Monty. What the heck?
Right.
Well, he's being quiet and they're just talking to the chat and they're picking on the fact that Buddha's not going up there. I wouldn't go up there either.
This was a setup to attack Buddha. This was no interview.
Yep.
She had stuff at the ready to put on that screen. Come on. This was no interview.
Yeah, I agree, Shaida. I agree. Absolutely. No, it's not. It's exactly what they say it is. And boy, I love it. This is why they, again, put us all in the same little bowl of saying, oh, it's all about views and it's all about this, that, and the other thing. Mm-hmm.
But Holly,
Yeah, I've
it's
said
like
that
that
before
thing.
too.
When you throw stones at glass houses, that's what they're doing to Buddha. They're literally like, or I forget what that Bible saying is. Where
Angel, I never, ever supported. She was here for a little bit. And yes, I had her up on my panel. And that was because we made some comments about what was going on in SJam's chat. And I said that they were spamming the chat. And she came over and she got up here and she talked to me. And I thought that was fine. Yes, I put her link on the side. That's what I do for all of my panelists. Okay. We always do that. Enchanted, by the way, I need your new link because I know you're not under the old one anymore. But
well, I'll give it to you.
Okay, cool. Okay, right, Angel, I did. But no, I said that about Tina. I like her. I respect her point of view. I don't agree with her. I don't. Okay, that's my right. The same thing goes for the rest of them. And that's okay. I don't care if people disagree. I don't care if people don't share the same views. But when this is something that's important as getting answers, and this community deserves answers, by the way. Okay, it's not about Veronica venting out her shit. It's about getting answers from Monty. Hey, Detective Cochise. I can't believe they blocked her. They blocked her.
You got turned on by Pearl when you put out that Monty stuff. That's what happened.
I
Let's
know.
just keep it all the way real here. That's what happened. She was
And-
a member of our chat. She used to always come to the lives. Then that thing with Monty happened. And, you know, and I'm not just putting that all on Pearl. A lot of people left. They turned on you.
Hurts
It just
me.
is. It is what it is at this point. You know, let's
Right,
just call
and
it
that's
for what it
fine.
is.
That's fine. Okay, but this isn't
Yeah.
their battle. This isn't their
No.
battle, right?
No, it's not. It's not.
Well, people's true colors
They're what?
obviously come out their ugly
Now,
colors.
see, I don't
you
pull.
know?
I don't put up with this bullshit. Now, here we go. Why Fifi? Why are we going after
More
Fifi?
vile than he was to her. Be mute.
Shut the fuck up, Dax.
Okay, there.
Nobody needs to go over to Carly's. What's the matter, Dax?
You know what? I hate these contradictory things, like Ravenstar. But it's okay for you to take
Oh
private
no,
things
he's not
public. I never
talking
took
about
his public.
Raven.
You took it
No.
public by
Is she
making
in the chat, Collie?
Yes, she is.
Okay.
like Ravenstar.
You better watch it. Raven.
Hey,
doesn't
Raven.
play.
Hey, Monty. How about you stop calling people idiots?
Yeah,
Like,
they
why did you
calling
have to do
people
that?
idiots.
a lot of nasty comment.
Yeah, all over the place. Just
This
move
just
on. Be
feels
an adult.
And I'm you know
Yeah.
what? Can I just make a comment about one person in here that's in everybody's comments, but then want to cry on panel, which is Fifi.
Oh no,
Girl,
you didn't.
you did not laugh about anybody that was Arabian. I don't know where you're getting this from. You cry on Cauliflower's panel because of something YTR said to you, and you and everybody's chat always
so you're
making
watching?
a big
watching?
deal out of nothing.
Out of
Come
nothing.
on.
Out of
Are
nothing.
you serious? Now you
That's
said you
nothing.
didn't say nothing wrong to YTR, but I see you in everybody's chats saying crazy stuff. Even in this one. Oh, big deal now, right? It's a big deal when it came to you and your hijab. It wasn't a big deal then when you cried on panel. But it's a big deal now. You're another nasty one. Very, very nasty.
Second time is my fault because I put him back in a position of trust.
So she feels like she can't trust him no more. So that means
I'm out. I'm going to tell you guys something, okay? Here it is.
Wow.
Okay? We try very hard here, okay, to be open as possible, all right? To give everybody a chance, to give everybody an opportunity, okay? That's what we do here. If people have a problem with that, they don't have to watch us. But it's amazing to me how people need to quote what goes on in my chat to further them screaming at somebody because they're friends with a bigot. I said it, a bigot. She's a bigot, a bigot. Okay? She has not stopped talking about this since it happened. She has not stopped talking about this since Fifi's been up here. She has gone on a tirade of, they're butthurt, they're this, that, and the other thing. Why? Because we want to prove to the world just how tormented you are by organized religion. Well, congratulations to you. Okay? But you're not getting any points for this. Stay with your views, stay with your skewed perceptions, and keep your garbage on that side. Okay? And Fifi is allowed to go anywhere she wants to go, say whatever the hell she wants to say, because you want to talk about somebody who's been oppressed and hasn't been able to speak her mind until I gave her the platform to do so. That's her. And I'm not saying Fifi couldn't go anywhere. All right? We gave her a hard time when she first came in here about Natter, and she was cool with that. And you know what? We figured it out, and we moved on from that. And then she goes in another platform only to be toyed with because they didn't like her that she corrected them about Jessica Meska. Let's call it for what that is. Why can't we see that we're a little too obsessed with hating on Jessica Meska?
This is crazy.
It's all right, Angel.
What we do here, we give women voices. Fifi was hurting. She's a member of our community. We have seen stuff. Fifi isn't the only person that has said stuff to me about YTR. But they've said racist comments. It's not the first one. Fifi is a member of our community. They were very hurt by that. We gave her a voice. We've given ex-mods of Naders their voice to be able to speak and have a safe space here. This is what we do on this channel. We give people a voice. You can call it messy, you can call it whatever it is, but that's just not the case. If you want to try and spin it any way you want, but Collie and I would know what it is because, Collie puts the programs together. So I think we do know a little bit better what this channel is about than someone just tuning in that doesn't have a clue.
Well, you know what I noticed? There seems to be a pattern of these women who are very much in their feels trying to minimize other women who have feelings. Guess what? Don't do that to people. If people have a feeling or they're feeling a certain way, don't minimize them. That's what they're doing. They're doing it to Buddha, they're doing it to Fifi, and they're going to do it to everybody else. They're going to minimize what you're feeling and try to gaslight you into thinking you shouldn't feel that way.
And sooner or later, okay? And I'm not predicting anything. I'm just saying this is what karma can be. Sooner or later, that pendulum swing comes right back. Okay? And then they're looking at you. So, is it worth it? Is it worth it to get this so... I don't have words for it. I'm so sorry, Fifi. I am so sorry.
Yeah, Fifi.
Okay?
Hearts in the chat for Fifi, please.
Love
That
you,
was
Fifi.
ridiculous. We love you.
Yeah.
We're here for you.
For every one person that talks like that, there are 50 that agree with you. So take it for what it is, honestly. These are children sometimes. DG, that's fine. That's fine. Oh my God. Oh, I'm so happy. Buddha, get up here.
Yeah.
Hi, Buddha. Buddha, I heard some no chat for Buddha too, please.
Yeah, please.
Love you,
Please,
Buddha, that was
please.
rough. I'm so sorry, Buddha.
Yep.
Oh, sweet Buddha.
To Buddha, to Fifi, to Tiny, to Sunshine and Sunflowers,
Yes.
to anyone, that has felt a type of way or felt treated badly. To you, Enchanted. To you, Perfectly Imperfect. To you, Akasha, you know that. All of you. You heard. Okay? Don't let anybody on the internet sway your opinion about yourself. That's the problem they have with Buddha. Buddha loves who she is, and she should. That's what they teach us, right? We all should love each other, ourselves. You're not bringing together a community. You're destroying it.
Yeah, but I think that's the intention.
I guess so.
I think women should stand together, not apart. I have always felt
I
this. Even
completely agree with you, Val. And the problem is that it's a great intention, but it's rarely ever executed. It's executed in other places, and maybe we need to work harder. Okay, maybe we need to do that.
Cully, do you want us to get down so Buddha can have the floor? Because and her voice needs to be heard. It's more important than any of us up here.
You don't have to step down. You guys can mute while she's talking. It's fine.
Okay. I'm going to go on mute then.
Nancy. You know what, Brooklyn to Brixton? I've seen enough of your comments for one night. I have, okay? That's your business. You can have that opinion, but please don't bring it here, all right? We support Buddha. If you have an issue with that, you can leave. Yeah, Ari. I'm sorry. I don't stand for that. And call me what you want. But that's your opinion. That's great. You can take that right back to where you came from. Oh, here we go again. Why is it always the race card? Why do we have to pull the race card on this, right? It's something you feel good about? The white solidarity.
The white solidarity. Did you just call me white? Okay. I got you.
Right, Astro.
I didn't know I was
right,
white.
Astro.
Okay.
No, it's so easy to pull that. It's so easy. Is
You
that
can't
what
even
you're
see
about?
any of
I don't
us
give
up
a shit
here.
what your color is. That's the way you speak. You can leave.
That's
There it
funny
is.
to me.
There it is. There it is. I think she wanted her friend to be there for her. I don't think it had anything to do with the fact that he's black or to fight the attacker. She wanted a friend to console her. I don't think that that's such a horrible thing. Okay? Thank you for your input. You can leave.
I love when people just automatically assume that you're white. Like, girl, you can't even see my picture. How presumptuous of you.
So what, Brooklyn? So he's a stranger too. Then why is he so consumed with people's OnlyFans? Why is he so involved in her production? Why is this question never said to him? Why do you care so much? Why are you so invested in him? Is he worth it? You never met him either. Why are you going so hard for him? Ask yourself that question. You never met him. You don't know who he is. You know him from the internet, just like the rest of us.
Like, can I just block them? They're getting on my nerves and they don't deserve all this attention.
Why do you care? Why are you so obsessed with all of these goings on? These are discussions. This isn't something to have a whole fucking conniption fit over. God, because I'm tired of it. Because this will be another person that will take it out there and make it about race. I'm tired of it. Who cares?
Well, they tried to make it about race, but their point is
a
going
man,
nowhere because nobody on this panel is white.
A man, a woman, a carrot. If they are in trouble, if they need a friend, if they think a person is their friend, they reached out to that friend. Why isn't it that simple? Doesn't matter. Tizzy, I hope to God that you're not putting that toward me because I don't care. It's not that I don't care about people's colors. I don't care. I care that you're good people. That's it. Pistachio is stream sniping them. Who?
That's the angry pistachio collie we talked about earlier.
Oh,
They're
okay.
a mod for gaining ground. Yeah.
Well, I'm sorry to hear that. I'm not here to have that battle. Okay. I'm here because I want people to be able to speak without all of this garbage. I can't believe what I see sometimes. It's okay, Ginger. I know Tizzy is. I like Tizzy a lot. Always have. I'm not going to kiss my sass. Not after that. They're blaming gaining ground from. Okay. I can't. Oh, you mean the alcoholic gaining grounds? Like, seriously. I don't know, DG. I don't know. You know, the same thing was going on with Charlie Gold, right? When Chantel was making all sorts of comments, but nobody ever says, Chantel, sounds pretty damn racist to me. Oh, what? I'm not racist. Why? Because I said this? Yeah. I'm not praising gaining ground. I'm saying he's not responsible for for Monty's behavior. Okay? I don't even know gaining ground that well. And I know that Monty called him an alcoholic, and I thought that was unfair to say, especially when now you're in the hot seat. That's all I'm saying.
And also, Oscar, I mean, if Carly did want, this is her channel. If she
Oh,
wants to
it's
praise
okay,
someone, she
Oscar.
can.
I'm just saying, listen, I've listened to Yaba, to Gaining Grounds, Mrs. Fields. I go and I listen now because I want to see other perspectives. I know Yaba's been here a long time. I like her. I do. Gaining Ground, you know, same. The problem I have is Foodie is in there. But listen, I respect what they do. It's a perspective. I'm not about to sit here and start, you know, busting out on them. I don't want to. I don't know why it's a thing. Even Kaya, y'all get off her. Leave her alone. Another one. I'm sorry that they were, because I like Charlie Gold a lot. Always did. Always did.
Oscar, I don't know much about Gaining Ground. I just started watching him because he covered the Monty videos. That's all. I don't know much about him. My point of that is when people try to come in here and tell creators something, it's like, this is their channel. Don't do that.
What? Oh, there's Buddha. Hello, beautiful.
Hey, 1 second. I have to
Okay.
mute this shit and come back in here. What's up? What's up? I'm the person that shows their fucking face in this
Oh
YouTube
my
stream.
God.
Hi,
All right.
Can
You
you
know
hear me?
what?
Hi,
You're the one that
gorgeous.
shows. You're the one that
I gotta tell
shows.
you tonight, I got all fucking typey happy. I was getting all worked up. They're all like, she's mad. And I'm like, I'm having fun. Like, did you guys see me losing my shit in the in the chat? Can you hear me? Hello.
I can hear you. I went on mute to give you the floor. Where's
Oh,
Polly?
yeah. Did you guys see me hanging out in the BBW Veronica's chat?
I saw
Love
a
you,
little
Buddha.
bit. I came in to try to get you
Okay.
because I wanted you to know that you had support over here, but you were handling yourself. So I'm gonna go on mute though to let you have the floor. Okay.
Oh, well, I mean, I'm not here to make some big declaration or oh shit. Oh shit. It's Grebo. Yeah, I'm not here to make some declaration. I was just getting a little spicy McSpicy up in the cause I'm all like, you know, it's late. Got dog cuddles, gonna have a cocktail, got a doobie, I'm just chilling.
I
To be
told
honest with
them.
you, it's been it's weird because, you know, I wasn't gonna say anything publicly. I just kind of, the thing is, Creeps. Stop it, Grebo. 1 second, let me just meet this bitch. I love her though.
Tell Grebo to come in here. I usually talk to her too, so she's more than welcome.
I think she might be going to bed. She's been like smashing apples or
Oh
something.
yeah, she told me that she's
Going
been
nuts with
doing
the
that.
apples, yeah. So many photos of apples.
Me too. I got a couple of those.
But no, I wasn't going to actually say anything. Actually, actions speak louder than words. And to be honest with you, anyone who had been following Monty for a while, they saw me just kind of disappear. I didn't say anything. I didn't make a declaration. I didn't go into anyone else's chats and say dirt about nobody, about nothing. I just kind of floated. I watched. I watched still, but it was like, I can't be like mad at him and still be all up in the chat. Like I stand behind that. Like if I'm going to be all like, ugh, we're not cool, but I'm not going to chill, except for tonight with Veronica. That was fun though. It was fun. I'm sorry. I'm new to YouTube. Everyone has that salty moment that I had to. She was just really,
but she,
I'm not like super pissed or anything. I just find it was like a wow, just to watch it go down. I was like,
okay, I got to ask you this because that did not seem like an interview. That seemed like a ambush. That was basically
it seemed like a PR. Do you know what that was? That was what happens when your PR person is in love with you. That's what happens. Michael, like the bulldog. I mean, I'm a dog trainer, right? So I look at behavior a lot, and I really do that for a living. I'm a behaviorist. I specialize in aggression and shaping behavior, and especially early cognitive patterns in dogs under a certain age. Anyway, behavior is kind of my gig, and I was a hairdresser for 17 years before that. So to be honest with you, energy is energy. And I wasn't going to say nothing. I just did what you're supposed to do, and I dipped. And I was listening, and then I was like, I miss my friends, which I'll get into in a second. And yeah, it was just a lot. I wasn't going to say anything. I was actually going to make a video talking about just my friend, just not even about Monty. I was just going to be like, as a mental health thing, and be like, oh, this is what happens when you end a friendship, and like, what can I do to kind of like make sure I'm not bitter about it? And then he called me out like so publicly, and I was like, oh, we're going to do this. Okay, well, my friend's name is Shmonty, because I was going to keep it so on the DL, because I'm not looking to cause waves. Not to mention, he put the fear of God into me about Kiwi Farms. And that's going to be in my next video, because he fed this Kiwi Farms fear to me almost every day. Anyway, there was a lot of help again. There's always disasters with Monty that he's always going to help you get out of. And he built this Kiwi Farms. He texted me one morning and he was like, don't freak out. You have a thread on Kiwi Farms. And I was all like, oh my God, because that's like the worst thing ever. And then I was all like, I can't read it because people will kill my self-esteem, which is already on very shaky ground from all, you know what I mean? It takes a while to really solidify that shit, it's like when your scab finally falls off, but it's still that shiny skin. That's my self-esteem after all the therapy. You're not just fixed. It's about whether or not you're strong enough to get through shit like this. The confidence that I've been getting in myself, because I thought that I would crumble with all these people kind of coming at me the way they are. And I'm a face shower. And I knew the minute I turned on that camera and showed my face that I was going to be the target, because that's what happens. But I'm so confident in what I have to say, standing behind what I have to say, that I'm happy to put my face out there. It's my living room. You crazy internet Cheeto finger. This is my living room. I'm not trying to hide from you, man. Knock on my door. There'll be 6 dogs going to meet you at the door. My pit bull will be in the front of them. You know what I mean? Like the internet people are just, here's what I've been doing. I've been like clipping comments. I've been like scrolling and going, oh, because this is a study in the toxicity of humanity for me at this point. And I'm watching all these, and all I did was post a video about just to prove. I only posted it as a receipt. to prove that I did have a traumatic event the night before. The video is way longer with cops walking around my house and the whole deal with him in his car. It was a lot. But I needed to at least drop that little receipt. So it wasn't even about getting sympathy. It was just to show this happened. And then that's why it was important. And the thing is, it was either me call him or me call Grebo. And I thought Grebo was asleep. And to be honest with you, my social circle's small. And the reason I don't have a bigger circle is because A, I don't have family, but B, when you leave a toxic lifestyle like mental health recovery and all of your support system are drunken band members, my very best friend was my biggest enabler. Every time I fell off the wagon with drugs, it was because I was with her partying. Like, I needed to cut every single person I ever loved out of my life. And I went inward and I went on the internet. And like 2 years ago or a year and a half ago, I think I stumbled into FFG's chat. And then suddenly, I'm here. And all of a sudden I spoke on a panel one day. And all of a sudden I'm on the farms and everything is just kind of blowing up around me. And he called me a woman with problems.
Yeah,
And to be
he
honest with
seems
you,
to do that a lot.
Now, correct me if I'm wrong, but I was under the impression that if someone like calls you out directly on their stream to about 1,000 people, that I think it's in the YouTube law book that I have it in my right to at least make a response video. I'm not trying to ruin anyone's life. I'm just trying to, well, let's put it this way. You can't spend months and months and months and months telling people that Buddha Betch is credible. Oh, she's so fucking credible, bitches. And then all of a sudden say, I'm not credible. I'm sorry. When did the thing change when I suddenly said you're a creeper guy? Because before that, I was your number one. Remember when I came back into his chat for like 1 week? Look at him. Oh, Buddha Betch on the screen, on the screen, on the screen. Every comment on the screen. Look who's back on the screen, on the screen. Oh, let me share her channel. Let me share. What channel? Oh my God, my hours. This is my hours. Let's put it this way. The first step to clout chasing is give a shit if your channel grows, because isn't that the whole point of cloud, is to be all like, I'm going to step up. I am literally putting my neck on the chopping block on YouTube, one of the most toxic places I've ever seen in my life. And I put my face out there, my living room out there, and been like, hey, I'm going to just spin a tale. Me and these other women I've never met before. And I only know them now because we have exactly the same story. It's ridiculous. I'm sorry. I'm salty. I need to bring it down.
You're allowed to
Do you
be
mind if I
salty
grab a
after all this.
cocktail?
Yeah, do what you need to do, Buddha. I applaud you for sitting there as long as you did. I don't know.
Oh, I had to tear myself away. Oh, I was having so much fun.
I know. I said that. They were like, why doesn't Buddha leave? I said, you don't know. She's a fighter, that one. She's
Spicy bitch.
she is getting her kicks in there. It was just the response to you that was just outrageous. That's honestly all I can really call it.
I gotta. The thing is, I've been dragging my ass the past 2 days. I should have had another video out yesterday. The thing is, it's not that I don't have more. I'm just like, I have 589 comments on my YouTube channel video that I haven't gotten back to yet, and like Twitter. And it kind of just all happened. And then it was almost like I blew my social load on the internet. And I was like, all right, I got to put this video out. And now I just need to chill because my inbox is suddenly very full with both people who want to kill me and people who love me. So I'm just trying to take it easy, man.
For somebody that hasn't been on YouTube, it's a lot of exposure, and it's both ways. It's positive and negative. Mostly, I hope positive, but it's either you take the positive to your advantage and you throw the negative out the window. You have to laugh at it after a while because it's so ludicrous. It's not even funny. This shit that they were saying, I literally was just mind blown. Like, what is happening here?
Is my headphones not working?
Uh-oh.
Are you getting an echo right now?
Are you getting
an echo right now?
What, Akasha?
I don't hear an echo. Do you, Kali?
Nope. I hear her
Oh, well,
fine.
that's perfect then. I thought that this whole time I've had these in, and the sound was coming from the computer, and I was like, why are these such AM radio sounding? Sorry.
No, you're fine.
Here's what I'm excited for. It's
Mhm.
not, you can come for me, which is, I don't know. I think I'm just like a really visual target. And my biggest problem is not engaging with people who say such shockingly hateful things.
Yeah.
I have to remember that opinions are like assholes.
Everybody's got
Everybody has
one.
one. Well, also everybody has one, and it's fine to have it and be proud of it. But if you pull it out and stick it in my face, I'm going to say something.
I had a visual. I'm sorry. Go on.
But to be honest with you, you can have one and be all proud of it and pull it out and play with it. But I just responded to someone publicly calling me out to my own community that I was a woman with problems.
Yeah.
And then I dropped receipts, and within 2.5 milliseconds, there was an immediate stream addressing the issue. Not let me trash the hell out of her. It was kind of a backpedally, I'm kind of accountable, but not really kind of crap. To be honest with you, I haven't really watched the whole thing because people were like, not now, don't. It's very
Yeah.
gaslighty, it's very BPD blamey. And I am, if anything else, or if nothing else, the whole point of my channel is not to grow and be, it's about just spreading the word of the recovery, because borderline people don't have a lot of people that want to say, I'm this way. It is not a good look to put yourself out and go, I have borderline personality disorder. I used to be so crazy. I used to do this. I used to do that. I used to be a bad ex-girlfriend. Like, the thing is, that is way in my past, to the point where I'm so confident in myself as a human that I can talk about it without it reflecting on me as a human today as this person. And her persona is called Buddha Betch because she's braver than my real name. Because my alter ego is confident, and she has no problem talking about not just how hard BPD is, but how I made people suffer back then, and how what I'm doing now is not apologizing with my words, but I'm apologizing with my actions. And since I've been on the internet, and anyone who's ever seen me on Monty's panel knows me for one thing, and that is doing the skills, preaching the skills, and pointing out what skills need to be used when we watch Chantel. I don't understand. All of a sudden, Buddha is this like storyteller. I make shit up. I love drama. I want to be with Monty. Can I just be petty for a minute?
Yeah.
First of all, I've been celibate for 3 years. I don't date. And if I was to date someone, I need them to be more of a friend at this point than a lover, because for longevity and compatibility, I need to be real good friends with them. The comfortability has to really be there for me to even think about letting the guard down. So a friend will be the first person who will probably get to that filter. Would I ever date this person? Here's the funny thing about me. I like kind of nerdy, dorky, dad bod guys, and I'm surrounded by hard-abbed Muay Thai guys. Conor McGregory types. The thing is, your type is your type. I like smarty pantses. I like brains. I like glasses. Like, the thing is, I genuinely thought he was just more of a dorky neighbor type, like, oh, I flirted with the neighbor. Like, it's kind of, I don't know. I was just like, oh, it's cute. And flirt with him. Fuck it. I'm only now hearing about the fact that he was entertaining the idea of the move to Calgary. When he said that, I was like, oh shit. Oh my goodness. Oh Lord. And that's actually part of your defense. You think that helps your case, that you're considering moving to Calgary. You were coming here to look to see if you wanted to live here. Okay, that's super.
And on the way, you were a visit because you asked, because it was your birthday. He kept putting the emphasis back on you, that it was your idea for him to come there because you didn't want to be alone for your birthday.
Nope, not at all. This is how it went down. Exactly. Do you know what's funny is because I have like all the texts and stuff. Like I keep asking over and over for his receipts. We have the same receipts.
Mm-hmm.
I think I've put out enough. I had to edit that shit. I had to edit and put on eyebrows, and it wasn't fair. And he's doing nothing but letting his bulldogs talk for him. And here I
Yeah.
am editing videos, and they're asking me to put out another video. The nerve, the audacity, the gumption.
So Stella's asking me, can you ask Buddha about that screenshot of OnlyFans that Veronica put up on the screen? What was the relevance of that, Buddha?
There was no relevance. And now that you brought that up, I'm salty again because I remember the fucking shit that went on in that stream. Okay, yeah. For her to even put that on the screen, first of all, I don't care. I am so not shy about the fact that I have OnlyFans. Oh my God, I don't care. I'm 44. I have the worst version of my body. And I'm all like, look at my body. Very few women at 44 are like, I'm the hottest I've ever been, and I'm not. I should have been this confident in my 20s, but I'm in my 40s, and God, if I get hit by a bus next week, can't I have 1 week of unbridled confidence? Is that a crime in today?
No, it's
We're
not.
empowering every neglected group on the planet, but we can't empower women to be confident, especially in their sexual peak. Oh shit, I don't have any pearls on. I gotta go get pearls. I gotta clutch them. Sorry, I'm fucking salty, bitch. Like, and the thing is, I talked openly about my Revenue Canada shit. I talked openly about setting it up and stuff. For Monty, he is the only person in the whole world between me and Revenue Canada that knew that. And he said it live on her stream. It is war, Monty. War. You understand me? That was a real low blow. Have I ever, like, oh my God, I brought up the Revenue Canada thing because I was saying Chantel needs to do this to set up payments. I was very forthcoming on your stream, Monty, what you monetized, by the way, me regaling the crowd with how to go ahead and settle up your debts with Revenue Canada to set up a payment plan. I was on your stream, I believe, I don't know, 30, 35 minutes of talking on your monetized stream to your viewers about how to do that. And then for you to take that, I told you that like 3 or 4 days before we fell out. You were the only person that knew because it had just happened. And when you said, well, let me start you an OnlyFans, or not an OnlyFans, let me start you a GoFundMe so that you can get money for your dog's surgery quickly and so that you can like get money quickly. I was like, yeah, no, I'm not comfortable with that. I'll just sell some fucking furniture or some shits. Like my dog got her surgery. That's done. Thousands done. It's not easy to just come up with thousands for a dog's surgery quickly when you're self-employed. And I was like, no, I don't want a GoFundMe. That's weird. Like that's for real emergencies, not for me and my dog's surgery. And the only reason I was having trouble coming up with the surgery money is because I had this other tax money I have to pay off. And so for him to even do that, because I turned down his GoFundMe, I was like, I don't want to do that. That's not, I feel weird that you're constantly offering this. He was so, for him to say that, oh man, dude.
It just sounded to me, Buddha, like he was making a lot of your affairs his own problem. Like he was micromanaging you, essentially.
Oh, you have no idea. Well, the thing is, Monty hasn't dropped a single receipt, not one receipt, not one receipt. So I would suggest that you do that, at least one. Surely you can match my full video that was like 35 minutes with one receipt, my dude. One? I mean, don't blow your whole load in one batch. Just a drop.
No, because he probably has people looking into it for him, Buddha. Don't you know
I
that?
don't care. Oh my God. Do you know why I don't care? Because I don't have to go looking for my support right now. These aren't stupid people in this community. And when the dust settles, some people are here, some people are here, some people are here. I didn't ask anyone to go anywhere. My DMs are flooded for a reason with support. I didn't ask for a drop of it. People can see what's up. The same smart community of women that was supporting you can see It's not me. You can discredit me all you want. People have eyes. They can see that I walk the talk and I talk the walk. But what about the other women? Oh, wait. What about the other women that are in my DMs
So some
that are
people are
telling
coming to you.
me their receipts because they don't want to share them themselves yet? What about the other women that haven't come forward yet? What happens when we get into double digits, Monty? What happens? Sorry, I'm getting.
No, you're fine, Buddha. So
I'm a tiny little meatball.
did he mention that you were in the hospital, Buddha?
What's that?
Did he mention you were in the hospital?
I was in the hospital.
Is that what you said to? I'm sorry, I was reading somebody's comment. They were asking me about.
Oh, I
You
can't see the
mentioned
chat.
that she was in the hospital. That Allison said that.
He said that I was in the hospital? Oh, he also said that my dad lived in Calgary and ran a business here, which is absolutely not true in any way, shape, or form. The thing is, Monty likes to multitask, and while you're talking, he's not listening. He's mowing the lawn, he's doing the dishes, he's doing whatever. And to be honest with you, it's obvious because he takes 5 words out of a 25-word sentence and thinks that he's heard you. He is the most shallow version of reflective listening. He retains nothing. He talks to respond. He only listens to you so that he can formulate his response as opposed to ingesting and actually processing what it is you're saying to him. That's what I see. But I've only spent years and years and years in like Al-Anon groups and, group therapy in that way. You sit around in a room with a bunch of people who deal with their own trauma and the trauma of their family members. I suggest that the people that are standing for Monty right now, go sit in an Al-Anon meeting. Listen to family members.
Oh, yes.
Listen to family members and stuff. You'll know who's waiting to talk because they want to talk and who's there because they're listening. That's where sincerity, if you don't know sincerity and you're like, how do I know if people are sincere? Go to a recovery group like that. But more Al-Anon, because you're not the actual person with the problem. You're a supportive family member. And some people just want to make it about them. And some people genuinely want to help. You know what I mean?
Yes, I do.
That's how I know the difference in sincerity, because I've spent a lot of time. My mom she was very ill. And Al-Anon is just, no matter what the problem of the family member, you need those people to be like, well, what about you? Take care of you, though. Who cares about them? What about you? And for him to be using my mental health against me, which is stupid because since I've been on YouTube, I've only demonstrated everything that I say. Until tonight, I think this is probably the most emotion I've really kind of like, I'm getting all wiggly here. But to be honest with you, I go silent until my emotions have come down to a reasonable level where I can express myself in a logical way that's not affected or clouded by my filters. And that's how you do skills. I'm baffled by. Okay, I'm going to be real with you. This is how I determine who matters when it comes to when they talk to me. It's like, if you're going to talk about mental health, you have to at least have as much therapy as I've had. If you're going to criticize my therapy use, you don't even know what the letters BPD stands for God's sakes. Like, holy Lord, like these people on the internet, they're like, I Googled skills, and the in-person program where you have to go there 3 days a week, 1 group therapy, 1 psychiatrist, 1 psychologist. And you do that for like 2 years. Sorry, I'm looking straight into the camera because I'm feeling very confrontational right
No,
now.
you're fine, girl. You're fine.
Just Judy in the camera, like, sorry, I'm just emotional a little bit
Brandy,
because
that's unfair, Brandy.
Monty did with the CRA was like, I'm going to forget about it tonight because of the excellent weed that I have here in Canada. But tomorrow morning, I'm going to wake up, and after I cuddle my dogs and make a coffee, I'm going to remember that he said that.
Yeah, I bet a lot of what was said to you is going to be, you're going to have, I said, I bet a lot of what was said tonight towards you in whether it was a response or was thrown at you and it was like, get up here to bait you. a lot of that hasn't processed yet. And I think you were in adrenaline mode. I know I was just sitting there reading it and watching it. And then, and then what about this? You can't blame your mental illness. I'm like, does anybody ever watch her? All she ever does is talk about accountability and her mental illness. That's all I ever hear.
I'm just now looking at the chat. Sorry, I'm such a space case. Like, I'm just like,
No,
what?
no.
Like, I'm just reading the chat now. Gia, volunteer for Buddha to beat me. I bet you would, Gia. She's so spicy. She's one of the other spicy people in the chat, like me. Irate Danny. Oh, I'm so sorry. You know what? That's the thing. If people really understood how much of a struggle it is to deal with BPD problems, they come from trauma and lack of love. Now, that is not an excuse, but it is a reason for a drop of compassion in this world.
Why don't people want to know about that, though?
What's that?
I said, why don't people want to accept that? Why don't people want to know about that? The furthest thing that they want to do is to have to look at themselves and realize that it started way, way back, right? It's always about, oh no, just throw it under a rug somewhere because I don't want to have to look at that. That happened all those years ago. Well, there's a reason why something broke.
Well, I mean, the way I see it is this. To know that people struggle in certain areas. So, for example, some people struggle in cognitive issues. And that could be biological. You could be born that way. You could get cognitive issues from an injury, head injuries. You can get injured in the head and become super erratic, super unpredictable, Roseanne Barr took a major. The thing is, we don't know what causes an injury, but if someone has this struggle, whether it's physical, cognitive, emotional, it's still a deficiency that we don't have. Why judge the why? Like, oh, you were super traumatized as a little girl and now you're a 35-year-old, and even though you've done years and years of therapy, why aren't you better yet? Your years of therapy aren't enough. 80%, give me 20 or give me 100. You know what I mean? Like, people who want to misunderstand you will. It doesn't matter how well you explain yourself to them. It doesn't matter how good your case is. It doesn't matter how good your facts are. Do you watch Judge Judy? People go in there with zero evidence and they will look her straight in the eye and lie and literally think they're like, I'm going to get out of this. That's me in Veronica's chat tonight, just watching her firebomb her channel and credibility to the ground with the shit she was saying to me. And of course, I have never trolled before. Tonight was my first. I never got blocked. I was trying to get blocked by Mary.
They were telling me you were.
Mary, you block tease. Next time. You can't be threatening and stuff like that. Like, it only works if the person's angry on the other end. Like, I'm all like, block tease, because I've never felt so passionate about something that I'd be willing to just go in, like, just run towards the guns and be like, block me, like platoon, like. But that's kind of how it felt tonight, because I was so I've never really seen that level of dirty humanity, like, I've seen some crazy shit in my life, but you can hang out with all the crazy seedy people in the world, bikers and drug dealers and stuff like that, but it's only when I went on YouTube that I really started to understand the other side of humanity that I didn't know, because I was out living my life out there, touching grass and smoking grass and fucking on grass. But then I went on YouTube and holy shit, Cheeto dust finger energy is real up in this hizzle.
Yep.
And I never realized so many people that I thought were my friend in the chat and stuff, they're all like, but what did he do? It's not about what he did. My assault had nothing to do with him. I only put that in as context to why I really needed a friend. And I didn't want to wake up my other friend.
And imagine that you had to defend that.
Choice. No, it was a time zone choice, for fuck's sakes. Like, I don't have my sister. I don't even know what her number is. You know what I mean? Like, I had two people I could call, and one was awake. And it wasn't about whether he had a cock between his legs. It was about just a shitty fucking friend. And there was whispers in the community about him. And I thought, oh, well, I can add to this. I didn't start the conversation. I added to the conversation, except my video, it seems, made a bit of a splash. And that's not my fault that I'm so damn good. And you're just going to have to get over it. I'm sorry. But you are a creep, and facts are facts, and tea is tea, and receipts are receipts. Sorry, I'm just like on my soapbox here, and I was just shitting on Veronica about that. Get off your soapbox.
Yeah, but you weren't allowed to speak, and if you did go up there, you damn well know you wouldn't have been heard.
I did speak. I just don't exist on other people's terms. I am speaking plenty in the chat, but she's all like, "Get up here, get up." I'm gonna lend my face to your panel too? Not you. I mean, like Monty. Like, I'm not coming up on your fucking. You know what I mean? Like, why the hell would I come up on your panel, Veronica? That's ridiculous. What do I owe to you? It's just baffling. The entitlement of the supporters goes really well with the entitlement of Monty, like a nice Chianti. It's amazing. They pair so well. For her to just be all demanding for me to come up on stream, demanding, answer my questions. Who are you again? Where did you come from a couple months ago? Maybe 5 months? Who are you? I knew Monty before you even came around us. Get out of here. Take several seats.
Holly
Sorry.
is taking a little bit of a break. I don't blame you one bit, Buddha. If I were you, I wouldn't have stepped foot on that panel because it seemed like a planned out ambush under the guise of we're going to interview Monty. I don't think it had anything to do with that at all.
Monty who?
Like,
was he there?
I know. Was he? Because we didn't hear from him much.
I heard peeps
like
and some peep.
It was, yeah, it was another thing meant to shame you, to disprove you, discredit you, make you out to be a liar. And I didn't understand the point of it in the end. Like, where were his receipts? If that's an interview, show your receipts. None of that happened.
Yes. Well, the thing is, he's such a dick. He knows. Here's what he's doing. This is what I know he's doing. He knows I have a really hard time with productivity when it comes to me. I would tell him, I'd call him and be like, why am I not just editing one of my videos for YouTube right now? Why am I just sitting here looking at my screen? He's like, just do it. And I'm like, but why am I not? Like, it was more like, I battle with ADHD so bad, but my time paralysis and it's really affecting me more than my BPD. And the thing is, he knows that I have been dragging my ass. Like, if I'm going to be the one that has to put the receipts in order and clip them and put it all in a video and actually render that motherfucker, he knows that there's actually a chance that like maybe she won't because she really hates doing shit like that. And it's a fact. I need to hire an assistant. I wish I could, like, Monty would ask all the time. He's like, well, let me help you. Let me help you. I never knew that you could share a Dropbox with someone until Monty told me that. That's how I know about that, is that he's like, well, just put all your OnlyFans content and I'll make trailers. I'll make this. I'll make that. Just let me do this for you. You focus on your dog. Good guy. He's a real good guy. Anyway, I didn't accept his help. I sold my paddleboard and I got that surgery for my dog. Thank you very much. It's her 4th knee surgery. She's a 13-year-old dog. And the other one has organ failure. And she's a dog that I rescued from a narcissist who wanted to put her to sleep. So I said, I'll take her and her medical problems, even though I absolutely can't afford it. And so by taking care of this sick dog that I didn't own and now do own, and now my dog, yeah, you get behind in bills and you have to set up payment plans with Revenue Canada. It's, again, that's the saltiest thing. Out of everything right now, him bringing up my status with Revenue Canada, dude,
yeah,
I can't put into words.
I said that in the chat. I'm like, that's no one's business. That is no.
Dude,
and then after he's
he
like,
found out 3 days before because I called him and was like, I can't believe this is happening. What am I going to do? And he's like, well, let me help you with your OnlyFans.
Yeah.
He's such a creep. He'd be like, "You're going into collections? Oh no, let me help you with your OnlyFans." I love how he thinks me in collections is the bad thing in that sentence.
Right, exactly. Like he cannot
I'm
see
so
that.
like I'm emotionally upset right now about that particular thing because that is real life stuff. I mean, that's heavy stuff. That's the kind of stuff that could send someone for the pills type deal. You know what I mean? Like,
Yeah.
it's rough for him to even bring up that. So
Right, but
Monty, love. Oh, you thought I have such a bullseye for you now.
right, but
I think I'm getting a lady boner from it. Yeah,
well,
yeah.
but
I
you know, again,
definitely am.
the research,
My jogging
Buddha,
pants are stiff.
yeah, the
What's that?
research. He was just joking with the research comment. It was just a joke. Did you catch that? But it's
So
weird because
everything's a joke for Monty,
yeah,
isn't
but
it?
he said the same thing to Tiny about research and you know payback with the OnlyFans. So it doesn't sound like a joke to me. It just sounds like your way to not only get the OnlyFans content for free and God only knows what you're doing with it, but then it's a way for you to make money again, once again off women.
He's just, to be honest with you, if you ever know Monty, the one thing I enjoy about this interaction now with Monty is this. I'm just naturally good at confrontation because when you come with facts, you get confident at it. And so I was a captain of my debate club in high school, and I also went to school to be a lawyer. I didn't finish, but I did go to school that had a law school attached that I was going to finish my 9 years at. So the thing is, you don't decide a career path unless you have usually some kind of gift with it.
Mm-hmm.
And I never knew about tea and receipts and all that shit until I joined YouTube. And I'm like, I never had a situation where I had to be good at it. Turns out I am. And I'm enjoying the battle because he is trying to discredit me and he's the one who built my credit. And I sustained it with my behavior, just backing up what he said. Buddha Betch is a good chick. She knows mental health skills. And then I just live my life. And now all of a sudden I'm a bad guy? What happened to all the pump up? Come on, Monty, pump me up. What happened to that?
You dared to speak out against him, just like any other woman on this platform that has dared to say anything. He comes for them and he sends his people after you as well. The comments I've seen about you, Buddha, from people in his camp are disgusting. I was speaking about that earlier before you got here. And, you know, for me, a little bit on my background, my mother has BPD. So I've lived that life. It's one of the reasons I'm still in therapy too, to unwrap that. So I had a bad experience, but I think people forget that borderline personality disorder, when you hear about it, sounds awful, and it is. However, just like any other illness, not all two are the same. So you have some that are the worst, and then you have others that are on the lower end. My mother was the worst. So I've experienced that. My stepson, his mother has BPD as well. So he now has BPD. We took custody of him years ago because of that, and we've helped him with therapy. But even through my terrible experience through all of that, I would never look at you knowing you have that and then say, well, there's some of the comments I've seen, she's got BPD, you know, they're manipulative, you know, they're this, they're that. And I'm like, what is wrong with people that you can say that? This is a woman that had something horrific happen to her, that looked to a friend, someone she thought was a friend, and you're now going to take her mental health and use it against her? So if I, in my circumstance of growing up with that and living it my whole entire life, can look at you and see you as a person and other people can't, I just question people's humanity in this community, in the world in general, but especially in this community. It sickened me. I was disgusted by it.
Thank you. I mean, he's trying to say that I'm trying to make him look a certain way. Question, people. Listen up, class. What do I have to gain from putting a video on the internet of me falling over a stool? I only put that in there, and I could have cut out the stool part. Or I could have cut out the video and just you could have heard me falling. But I felt that would have been deceptive because it's like, oh, what happened? So I thought I would put it in there because A, it showed my phone being broken. Which by the way, I backed up my new phone. I got a new phone, S22, bitches. I got it tonight and I'm excited. But I also put it in because I am not trying to make myself look good here. I could have not said anything and I could have maintained the respect that I've earned or whatever. I don't know. It seems people dig on me and the people who don't dig on me don't dig on me. But to be honest with you, if I may make lemonade out of these lemons, I would. There's a mice. There's mice. There's a mouse in this house, and it's freaking me out. I thought he was underneath me. Sorry. I feel genuinely, and I don't like that I've added to the division of this community. I don't like, but there was whisperings on the wind, and I had facts and deets. Why not? Like, I don't feel like I did anyone dirty by just being like, "Hey, me too." I hear that that's okay for people in 2020 to be like, me too, because I don't know, where have I heard that before? I don't know. Maybe it'll come to me. So basically, I now know with almost certainty who in the YouTube community are the people that I want to share community with and the people I need to avoid like the plague. Because I have been going through and clipping these absolutely toxic comments. And what's great is that the little picture and the name is right there. And I think it'll be a lighthearted video, just being like, look at this. Man, this person needs a hug because I've never seen such emotionally invested people in my whole life. Just the vitriol, the hatred, you really need a hobby or something else to focus on,
Right. And I hope my explanation or my story didn't offend you. I didn't mean it in that way at all.
Oh
It's
my
just
God, no, definitely not.
Because I've had a bad experience with it, I could look at you and say, well, because I've lived that life and I had such a horrible experience, and I'm going to judge this person. And I don't, because your mental health doesn't matter to me. It's you are a person, a human being that went through something. And so these people making these judgments based on that when they don't know you. They don't know you at all. They don't know how much work you've done. They don't know how severe or not severe your BPD is or what led you to having that, because it is something that, like you said, is caused from trauma. So you have to have an understanding of that. And it doesn't mean you're a terrible person. You have something. Yeah. You are working. You are doing everything you can to overcome it in a healthy way. So ask everyone else, ask everybody else.
You said it. That's exactly it. The best apology is changed behavior. Yeah. And that's how you know the difference between someone who has BPD and is in recovery or someone who has BPD and are in excuse mode. Mm-hmm. Because once you start owning it, because being that girl did not make me a bad person. It was just me lashing out. I was wearing a hat. Once you start just being like, oh, okay, this is why I did those things. But denying that I did those things is definitely not the way to do recovery. So the thing is, you can say someone has BPD, but what are they doing? BPD isn't there unless you're doing BPD behavior.
Right.
You're a recovering alcoholic if you're not drinking. You're an alcoholic if you are drinking. I am a recovering borderline. Do you know why? Because I don't have screaming matches with people anymore. I'm not raging all the time. I'm not in codependent relationships. I'm not cutting myself. I'm not drinking myself to death. I'm not promiscuous. All the things that I used to do in my past, I've stopped. Wow, some people would call that progress. Some people would call it recovery. You do a toxic behavior and then you stop the toxic behavior and then maintain not doing said toxic behavior. Pretend it's not emotions and pretend it's alcohol. I've been on the wagon for a really long time. And just because I used to be an emotional alcoholic does not mean that what does that say? You don't have anything in your past that you have healed from because you had it. Shame on you. It was 20 years ago. Doesn't matter. Shame on you. The thing is, YouTube aren't logical people. And I think we should spend more time just looking at the comments and figuring out who we should avoid and who we should not. Not go back and forth on the details. To me, this has been a gift because now I look in the chat and I see names, and I don't just see names that are familiar like they used to be. I can see them in FFG's chat. I see them over in Monty's chat, now I see them, and I've seen how they've been handling this whole situation, how they've been processing it, how they respond to it. And now I see more friends because you know what I mean? Like I've just seen how you respond to this. And if you respond with blame and hatred, to shame, BPD is such a hard thing to speak out on. The shame that goes with that, it's a spiral. It's a feedback loop. You have BPD because you have shame. You have shame because you have BPD. You have BPD. And then people are going, you're dramatic. Change. And you're like, I'm trying, but I hate myself. It's not fair to shame people about mental health. It's not because shame makes us worse. So you're sabotaging us.
And I think what people forget, because I have my own mental health issues as well. And I think what people forget is that we shame ourselves enough. You have no idea the shame and the self-destruction we do to ourselves because of the guilt we feel for the things that we do and the way we behave when we feel we have no control over it. Once you get in therapy and you start unraveling all of that and healing it, it's a different story. But then you have to relive that guilt all over again because then you have to own up to everything you've done and face it, right? It's not like, oh, it's just some excuse that we use. Some people do. Some people do use that as an excuse, but those that are, working, they don't. So you don't ever have to say, anything to me that's going to make me feel worse than I've already felt at times for things that I've done in my life because of the trauma I've been through and the mental health issues that I have because of that. We're our own worst enemies at times, but we can also be our biggest supporters,
Oh God, man, those are the truest words. We really need to be friends to ourselves. If I talk to myself the same way that I talk to my friends when I come into chat, hey girl, lift yourself up, girl, you go take care of yourself, have a bath, like sleep well, like the way we pour love onto our chat friends when they say they're going to bed. Good night, girl. We'll see you tomorrow. Like we're not even slightly as kind to ourselves. And if we are, which you've seen me on my channel trying to love myself, it's not easy. But people call you a confident bitch. You're not allowed to heal from your trauma if it means loving yourself. Do it so quietly.
Yeah, there's no happy medium here. I've noticed that too. It's like if you're confident, then there's something wrong with you because you're putting so much out there, and it's probably the reason why you get into trouble. But if you're not, then you're self-hating yourself and you're not giving yourself a chance. So which is it?
Well, here's a funny little situation I found myself in. I remembered one time on Monty's panel, someone had mentioned pretty privilege. Now, I'm sorry. I was born with this face and these killer eyes and freckles and this dimpled chin. But the thing is, you can have a good little face and still absolutely hate yourself and think you're not worthy of love. So for someone to think that confidence is easier for me just because I wake up and I got this pinup aesthetic or I got good bangs or whatever, like I got good bangs because when I have good bangs, I hate myself less when I look in the mirror. I'm just like, no loser got bangs like that. You know what I mean? Like you got to really pump yourself up in different ways.
I remember how Chantel was jealous of those bangs.
Oh, girl, struggle bangs.
What's with that bang skull?
I woke up like these. These are my I haven't showered in a day and a half bangs. Look at these. Looking good, right? Not too shabs.
No.
And it was human today. Who cares about the bags anyway? But it's just kind of like I formed my aesthetic because I didn't love myself, and my physical appearance literally determined whether or not I was lovable or not. And then after that, whether men wanted to fuck me really depended. Like, so I didn't know whether I was worthy unless people were giving me compliments on my image, wanting to have sex with me, and being like, oh my God, you know what I mean? Like there was puddles deeper than me because very little Like I needed anything that would make me feel good about myself. And then I dropped all that. Do you know what started it though? I stopped wearing bras that changed the shape of my gig. I am over it. And I was like, you know what? I'm going to embrace the droppy boob movement. And then all of a sudden I was showing up and I wasn't lifted like all the pinup girls. I was just swinging low, sweet chariots. and it felt, my comfort felt like a rebellion. And I haven't worn underwires since. But it was kind of like fighting against the grain. Like, fuck you. I don't want lifted boobs. I don't care if they look terrible to you. You don't need to touch them. I just started embracing the fact that my flaws were actually where my confidence was living, not the fact that I had perfect hair or perfect outfit or perfect anything. You know, when I started walking out looking more crappier, I was like, I am the bitch because I have enough confidence to walk out looking crappy. Is that weird or?
No, not at all. The confidence to walk out of no matter what, form you're in is nothing is
Right.
wrong with that. Ah, hi Grebo.
Oh, she's probably mad at me because I turned off my phone. I was like, Grebo's texting me, and then I put it back down. Hi, Grebes. Oops, and busted. Her face is gonna get all red because she's just like, why didn't you text me back?
Grebes
Hi,
is
Grebo.
she can have.
Hi, Grebes.
I was just gonna say we need a reunion because this feels like
old times. It does
old
feel like
times.
If Grebo got up here, it would be old times when the panel was great.
It shall,
you know?
yes. That's one of the reasons why I enjoyed it over there as much as I did. It was because we had people like that. Because Buddha, Grebo, as a few. I tell you, Buddha, I was disappointed by a lot of people who, were siding with Monty when I said what I said, and they're making all sorts of comments about me, and I'm like, wow, that's disappointing because I really like them. But it's every day, every single day, you're surprised by what can be said and done here. It's never a dull day on the internet. I'll give you that.
I would have been happier not to be a storyline though.
Oh,
but
girl.
I mean, what am I going to do? Back down when someone gets on a panel or gets on and starts talking to his almost 1,000 subscribers, and he's like, "She got problems. She got problems. She's two-faced. She got problems." I had to. I need to sleep at night, and I also need to stand on my. I just can't be me if I'm going to let someone pull that shit. I'm not the bigger person in that way. I'm not trying to be the Dalai Lama up in here. I'm trying to pick my battles, and that's a battle I was attending because I owe it to everyone else who's suffering with BPD and recovery. Because if you can just say I'm a crazy bitch because I have BPD, my actions do not illustrate that. But do you know what illustrates that you're a creep? Your actions. So what's up with actions anyway? What's up with that? Huh?
I said that. I said that about anybody's reaction. What they say is more telling than what the person they're calling out about. Seriously, especially when you're talking about, well, this is not an excuse or that's not an excuse or why did you do this? Like the most insane questions were coming out of their mouths. I'm like, what is happening here? What is this? Like, seriously, turn that around.
Answer my question. Do you know what the best way to get people to do things for you? The best communication skills, don't you know, is to scream at them with intimidating language, and then punish them and yell at them further for not giving you what you want. I think, Veronica, there's a few links I could send you, my love, of DBT skills of communication. Because I might have maybe answered one of your questions if you weren't such a cunt about it. You were just yelling and demanding. And I don't know who else that sounds like. I don't know. It'll probably come to me. But anyway, don't demand and yell of people. Like, I would like to get Irate Danny to help me figure out the Twitch because I'm terrible. But I would never imagine being like, "Hey, person I've never met, answer me. Are you going to help?" Like, I couldn't believe people will look at that communication method and go, "You know what? It's good stuff." I don't know. You YouTube people, not YouTube people, but the people who see what Veronica was getting on with over there, like, she's just butthurt that I mentioned it in the video, but it was very true. Monty would slide into my DMs and constantly come up with ideas for videos for me and Biznatch to do. I'm like, I'm not interested in doing anything. And then one night, and then she's sliding into my DMs. Oh, Monty told me that me and you should do mukbangs 2 days a week. I don't want to work with you. I don't want to work for you. I don't want to work. It was constantly like Monty was constantly jamming a job down my throat I didn't ask for. He was always coming up with videos that me and Veronica should do together. I don't know you, Veronica. I don't want to be your friend, but just because me and you both have OnlyFans does not mean we need to be Monty's OnlyFans bottom bitches here.
Yeah,
you bitch. I got my own gig. Thank
I have
you.
a question about that, Grebo. So, not Grebo, Buddha. Why was this quote unquote interview on her channel and not his? He seemed like he was navigating it the entire time, though.
Well, you have to understand, he likes to lift up people that will lift him up. He lifts people up so that they will lend his credibility. I figured out real early there that Monty, I had credibility with the mental health people who actually understood what the skills are. And they're like, yeah, she's actually doing them. She's actually like speaking the real recovery language. And those are my people. That's my community, man. I just got pulled into this because I like Chantel. This is really not the community I'm trying to form. I'm trying to form a mental health support community, but I'm here. So, but the thing is like, oh, sorry, I lost track of what I was saying.
Why it was on Veronica's channel.
Oh, yeah, because Monty will go out of his way to offer to lift you up in many, many ways. And you're like, oh my God, thank you. Like, I can't believe you're going to do that. Like, purple glitter, like, he's very much like, I'm going to help support you. I don't know if she asked, but I wasn't surprised when all of a sudden he's like, follow this person, go to this person. He does that. And I think Veronica is hell-bent on being this PR bulldog. Yeah, give her the power. She's like, shit out, Monty. Anyway, here's about Monty. Monty's a good guy. Like, holy shit. Monty's like shaking in the corner like the Blair Witch Project. Like it was a lot to watch. It was very, it was almost like it was like I had wronged her. It was about her, and it's not about her, but I mean, an attention whore is an attention whore. Changed my mind. Sorry, I'm super spicy right now.
No,
I'm being
you're
very
fine.
on Buddha right now. I'm sorry. You're so far. I'm sorry.
Perfectly imperfect. You okay over there? You've been uber quiet.
Oh
Yeah,
yeah,
I'm over talking. Sorry, guys.
No, I just wanted Buddha to talk. You know, it's funny. It just came to me. I remembered. I think it was like 2 weeks ago. You guys are gonna laugh. Sarah played. You know, Sarah.
See, Akashi got her doing it now.
She did a. She has a channel, and she did a live stream, and I popped in, and it was. You ready for this?
Mm-hmm.
Women empowering women.
Oh,
and now I'm sitting here like,
really?
yeah.
Wow, that's
I'm like,
rich,
well,
huh?
isn't that just ironic? Yeah. Yeah. And Buddha, you're wonderful. And, you know, honestly, you know, I wish I could say that I saw the light sooner and I didn't. Kali, I apologize.
That's okay.
Jessica Messica, I apologize. But Buddha, you know, I was on panel with you. And when you came out and said your story, I was done. I was like, you know, yeah. And I wish I saw it sooner, but, you know, your voice means a lot. And just keep speaking. And you know what? You said you're here for mental health. Well, maybe this is where you need to be. I think we need to talk
I'm
about
trying to think that.
You know,
the community needs help.
Yeah.
Yeah, but don't let them pay you back by asking for OnlyFans links. Just
Send me your OnlyFans. Payments with OnlyFans content. My Dropbox isn't full enough at this moment.
Prepare my links.
You know what's funny? I haven't even paid attention.
Polly.
Wow. Oh man, oh man, oh man. I'm excited for the next couple of days. I think there's some more bombs coming. And what's funny is that he's doing damage control and damage hasn't even started yet. So and he's so confident, but I know that there's more. I think he needs to just get a good night's rest. And because here's what I'm really excited about. See, I can finally speak out now. I have been a fan of Irate Alex but he's such a spicy guy. And sometimes I'm like, use skills, sir. And but to be honest with you, I cannot wait for Irate Alex to just go in on, because Irate Alex he is the spicy I attain to be, but my skills won't let me. Like, he just goes in, and I can't troll detective. There's a lot of videos and stuff I think of people coming, but I just know that Zyrate Alex, that's who I want. I can't wait to hear what he has to say about all this, because he warned us first, man. But well, that's when I first heard it. I was like, what, Monty? No. I really stopped watching Irate Alex because I thought, oh my God, he's saying such lies. I felt like I owed him such an apology when I found out that Monty was a sex pest. I was like, you were right. I'm so sorry. Like, I feel like such a dick for not listening, because I didn't. I dismissed it. And that's why people sometimes don't warn other people, because they'll be like, you're the bad guy for telling me. Don't.
Right.
Yes. Listen, just listen and let the facts speak for themselves. Sorry, I'm talking too much. Oh my God. I'm so self-conscious about it.
You're fine. You're fine.
So since this has happened, you've had more people come to you privately, Buddha?
Mm-hmm.
Oh boy. So do you anticipate that there are going to be more videos being made?
Mm-hmm.
I love this. Okay, answer my question.
Let's put it this way. I don't tell people that they can trust me. They reach out because they feel they can trust me. Mm-hmm. And I am about preserving that trust and about being about the right thing. And I'm not afraid to get my hands dirty, to get confrontational, and to walk headfirst into the line of fire. It's kind of my gift. As a hairdresser, I was a spicy, you know what I mean? You got to be a certain kind of personality to step into a lion's den, like a high-end Aveda salon. So I'm just saying that there's a shitstorm coming his way. It's not going to blow over any soon. Big people are noticing you. More people are coming out. And the people who are afraid to speak out are sending their receipts to trusted people like me. So receipts. I mean, if you get all the women speaking out at the same time, talking on Twitter or something together and being like, hey, I've never met you before, but I heard, let's talk, and now we're friends, pile of receipts type deal. You know what I mean? Like, Monty, you're confident. Veronica, you're talking out of your ass. You're defending your boy without a single drop of knowledge. You're just that ride or die, like, president's wife. You're Hillary Clinton. Yeah, she gave him a blowjob, but I mean, he's a good husband. You know what I mean? Like, you're just the ride or die. You don't care about the facts. You don't care what comes out about Monty. You're just going to be, his boo. And that's cool, man. Hey, man. Actions speak. Now we know who you are, so whatever. Sorry, I got to stop talking. Someone else talk, please.
Yeah, someone else talk, please.
Sorry.
No, you're fine.
I love you, Buddha. You're strong. I love your confidence and your wisdom. You've actually helped me through my extreme anxiety with your videos, so I appreciate that. I'm going through some hard shit right now. My mom, my boyfriend, being sick, and so I love and appreciate you. And I'm here for you. You need me, DM me, message me, text me, call me, wake me up, please. Okay.
Oh, I appreciate that. Thank you very much, sweetheart. And it goes both ways. You know how to get a hold of me. I have a delay, but I will get back to you.
Okay. The chat keeps mentioning the cat thing. Was that even mentioned tonight, Buddha? Probably not.
Cat thing?
The cat thing. I'm assuming they're talking about Monty's cat.
Do you know what's funny is that I never saw that video, and then I was listening to the stream and he was explaining what happened, and I thought, as I'm listening while I'm driving, I'm going, yeah, that sounds totally logical. Like, it was going to fall on his cat. And like, I was just thinking, the way he talks, it's very slow and deliberate, like he's reading the news and just delivering facts, ma'am. And that really works for him when it comes to, because you got to really pay attention to the words that he uses and as he's putting them together in a sentence to really figure out what it is he's saying. Like you got to have an attention span, is what I'm saying.
Mm.
But no, he didn't, because when I finally saw that video, and it was after we had fallen out, I was like, that looks nothing like what. And the thing is, I'm not saying he did or not. I'm just saying the way he described it when I was driving did not match the video that I saw.
Yeah, same. I tend to not say anything because, and I am a cat person, and I know from being up there that he used to talk about her all the time. So I don't like to comment on it because, again, it just looked like he shooed something away. Whatever it was, a lot of people are up in arms. But the explanation, no, it didn't. It didn't really kind of fit with the situation, if you know what I mean.
It doesn't. What did I text you the other day?
Yeah, I
Collie?
know.
I said,
know.
don't fuck with cats and don't fuck with Buddha.
Wait a minute. Stroked out. What questions? He obviously lunged at the. See, this is what we sounded like with Natter, but with that's more plausible because he'll do something like that.
Mm-hmm.
With the whole, like, when he lunged at Dee Dee. But this, I don't know. It just looked like he was, shooing something away. Whether that was his cat or not, I don't really know. I can't make that distinction, but.
Yeah, that's not a shooing away. That was an arm going up and down quickly. Not like you're moving boxes out of the way.
Did you have to say arm up and down? Because I'm thinking of, hand job over there. No, thank you.
No fat. Hands up your schmumpy. Hashtag hands off your schmumpy.
Yes. Exactly, Danny. It was like he hit down, not like he was. If you're moving boxes out of the way or stopping them, your arm is going to sway over, not go straight up and down, and then you turn back so quickly. So if you're moving boxes out of the way, it's going to take you longer than 2 seconds to do that. You're going to be then getting the boxes out of the way, moving them away. No, that is not what happened. His explanations are bullshit, just like always.
Yeah, that didn't make sense. That's all I'm saying.
And it was the cords, and he changed the story like 3 times. It was cords, then it was boxes, then it was whatever else he said. It's like, no, if you look at that video, that is not what happened. And yes,
do you know what it looked like to me?
What?
Bag tag. Do you know a bag tag? If you hang out with enough guys, and I guess I'm one of the guys, so I used to actually get away with this, but you go over to your guy friend and you just go,
yes.
And you just go, and you just do a tiny, your hand barely flicks. You don't have to, but it causes some, and so you go over to your guy and you just kind of give him a bag tag. I know it sounds very crude, but I also grew up in Newfoundland and we're a different breed down there. But to me, it looked like a bag tag. Like he literally did a hit, but it was supposed to be a small hit, but it was quick little, you know what I mean?
Yeah, no. See, the reflexes in that story don't match. That's all I'm going to say.
They don't.
Yeah, no, definitely not.
Listen, can we actually see the cat and what happened and the volume wasn't on? No, but he said his cat was down there. So that's the conclusion I've come to, that, yeah, you hate your cat because they unplugged the wire.
Why does he have so many boxes anyway? Exactly. What? I thought we were against box mountains.
Right.
Yeah.
Why you have a box mountain? Explain yourself. Address it.
When are you going to get to it?
Hypocrite.
Prepare my stuff.
I just think that when people he finds power because the community is a community that's based on people who love to look at the details of the situation. This is why we love watching Chantel and analyzing and speculating. But he is using those exact people to be like, there's enough doubt, right? There's always going to be the naysayers. Like when you do a poll, like, is she with Natter? 89%. And then 11% other. The other are the people over there now. The people who are you like, what the hell are you talking about? Of course she's with Natter. You know what I mean? The out to lunchies.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Buddha, can I ask you something? You don't have to answer, but I'm curious. When those things came out on the farms, had you actually read them, or did you choose not to because it was your friend or because it was the farms and you didn't want to go on there? And if you did read it, what were your thoughts about it initially?
The stuff about me on the farms?
No, Monty. not you, Monty.
Oh no. See, that's the thing. By the time his thread really people were talking about it, he had already like told me that I was on the farms. Like there's a whole story.
Wow.
No, there's a whole story about him telling me one day, like, don't freak out. You're on the farms. I was like, oh my God, I'm freaking out. Like exactly what you, because I'm just like overthinking or whatever. And then like he sent me a link to this like long rant about this someone saying mean things about me. And I was like, oh my God, never send this shit to me ever again. And I told everyone, and I stayed off the farms. And so I don't understand the farms, just like I don't understand discourse very well. Like I get on there and I'm like, it's too much. It's too much. So I don't know, like I basically Googled no fap. And I looked and I read the Twitter shares of the you know how like the important shit it always ends up on Twitter. The important clips that you need to see and shit. But the thing is I got it. I was like, okay, no fap. This guy thinks that semen retention or whatever. I've been around the weird kink, like someone who's been in the kink world back in the day, you're not gonna no fap is the most vanilla shit I've ever heard in my life. So you are not masturbating. All right, man, that's weird. Like, but you do you. Feels good. You should try it. Like he's a tightly wound coil. He's a tightly wound coil. And I think weed and a good fap would be real good for him. But no, I didn't go on the farms. I just figured out like, okay, no fap means this. There's nothing really that wrong with that. And I just thought, but here's the thing that gets me. My reason for really supporting Monty as long as I did was I looked at the people who were still, who like, I looked at this community and it was growing every day. And these were people I respected, like Natural Ginger. I'd be like, this woman speaks the wisdom, man. And I was like, this is where I come to be inspired to be the best person I am. And I thought, I must be crazy to think that this guy's a creep. I must be borderline. I must be overthinking. I must be reading into this. And the thing is, it hurts me the most that I even allowed myself to just be like, push that shit away, man. It's you. It's not him. You're wrong because you're borderline. Of course you're wrong. You're always wrong. You're the wrong one. It's very hard to be confident when you have borderline personality disorder. You have to really be 200% confident, which is why when I came at Monty, I was like, bitch, I am 1,000% confident. Look at this face, confidence. Because if a borderline is this confident and sure of herself when she is defending herself against you, dude, you are in trouble. Because my design is to not trust myself. And so I looked at the people who were like supporting him and being like, no, he's a great guy. And I was like, yeah, he's definitely a great guy. Like I'm definitely supporting him because.
Thank you, Akasha, because I was about to do the same thing.
You're welcome.
What's that?
Well, we just got rid of someone here, Buddha. It's not important.
Is it the person that laughed at me?
I don't understand why they keep coming back because they keep saying these things.
It's me. I'm like honey to them. I'm sweet. I'm like mosquitoes. They love me. They want to suck my blood. It's so sweet. It's salty, actually, to be honest with you. Grebo, she went to bed, man. She texted me and she was like, I'm going to bed, but then she popped on, so she's probably just gone to bed.
Yeah. No, that's
No, she did the same thing as me, man. Like the thing is, you don't have to declare to people you're leaving. I know this sounds crazy to the internet.
You're right.
You can see something you don't like and just choose not to support it and not be there. You don't have to start a support group. You don't have to tell the New York Times. You don't have to do all that. That's 2020 entitlement Karen bullshit. You don't like something, you can just walk away. I did. Monty, I just disappeared. Everyone's like, where's Buddha? Where's Grebo? We saw shit we didn't like and we kind of distanced for a while because what the fuck, right? Like,
exactly. And to be honest with you, Buddha, I've had many conversations with Grebo over the last few months, and she has, said to me, she's like, I don't go back over there. I don't go. You're not over there, and other people aren't over there. And we've been feeling that way a long time, even, even when I was still somewhat going there. I didn't make an announcement either. And all of a sudden it was like, oh, she just went poof out of nowhere. I'm like, no, I didn't go poof nowhere. I just was on my own channel. That's it. I didn't make an announcement. I'd say, oh, I'm leaving Monty's house. Just left.
Fuck you. Fuck
Goodbye.
you. Well, that would be a very borderline thing to do now, wouldn't it?
Yeah.
To be so dramatic about it. And not to mention, who are people to demand that they need explanations for anything? Well, if you were mad at me, what did you just tell me? Who the fuck are you? I'm sorry, I'm swearing a lot here
No,
tonight.
you're fine.
I know.
You're fine. Yes, it was fun. It was familiar. It was funny. I said that in my video. I said it used to be a lot, more. I mean, yeah, the subject matter could get a little bit deep and dark depending on who was up there. That was another thing. It was certain people that were allowed to be up there in certain, how do I put this, states? Like you can barely understand them, or, they were just like, whacked out of their mind, that kind of thing.
I think that when it came to the panel, it started off, it had a really good idea. It really started off with the right vibe, the right energy. It was honest conversation about the things that affect Chantel that she's not doing or that she should be doing, and then us talking about how we either do those or need to do those. So the thing is, and then it just went off the rails and it became this, I like to talk, but I don't have any facts, but yet I want to be on the panel. And the thing is, I didn't talk unless I had actual contribution to the conversation in a healthy and productive way. This is not a showboating, I'm going to get on the panel and just talk because I love talking. Oh my God, so much fun. Channels are for that. Go on your channel for that. But if you're on the panel, we're talking and exchanging ideas. If you're just shit talking or constantly promoting your OnlyFans. I mean, the thing is, it became a stink show real fast. I'm sorry to say it. I really do. But I watched it and I saw what I saw. I'm sorry, but I didn't see a lot of healthy conversation going on after a while. And so I dipped, and a lot of other people did too.
Yeah, for me, you said you couldn't, you didn't want to be, you didn't want to know about Kiwi Farms. I can definitely identify because that happened with me when this first came out. But for me, his panel became like Kiwi Farms. I didn't want to hear it. I didn't want to see it. And it was the worst when all that stuff went down and Akasha, bless her heart, Kali, they're talking about you. Kali, I'm like, I don't want to hear it. And today was the first time in all those months that I actually heard what that. I was like, what? Like, what? Where is this coming from? Like, I don't even get what you're saying. Just something to all agree on, all group together and agree on. Oh yeah, Monty, you gave her an opportunity. She should have taken it. But, what? Excuse me. Did you not see the screenshots? I told him the reasons why I wasn't coming back there. I said, I tried. I was supposed to fix situations that were not in my control to fix, because guess what? I didn't want to after a while. It's like, when you're not, a situation's not good for you and you're like, all right, deuces, that's fine. Do what you got to do. That's how I felt. I was out. So no, I'm not about to give you a written letter like, dear Monty, here's why I won't be coming back to your panel or your chat. Bye-bye.
Yeah, Andrea too. Andrea was amazing on panel.
Her too, but she spoke out against me. I was like, wow, didn't think that was going to be, but all right.
She didn't say anything
I'm still disappointed.
Too bad though, from what I remember.
It was bad enough. Bad enough.
Yeah.
And I hadn't responded to anybody, nobody, whatever. Like, say what you want. The only person I responded to who keeps saying shit, Dax, is him. Okay? Uh-oh.
Oh my God.
Uh-oh. I let out the demon in Akasha. Uh-oh.
Don't get me started on that one.
Right. Ersin it. Right.
Yeah, it's I really super appreciate you being so open to welcome me here. I felt like a real black sheep there. And it was weird because before I spoke out against Monty, I was feeling so in the dark because I mean, it is a feeling of loneliness when you don't have many people in your real life and you find this community. And it feels warm when you open your computer. You're like, oh my God, oh, she has a song. And like, I'm just like, yay, these are my people. And I don't care if I'm a loser. Maybe I am. But I genuinely thought these people were my friends. And all of a sudden, because I wasn't cool with Monty, I had to leave willingly and no one knew why. And I was just like watching and not able to chat. I'm like, oh, there's my friends. And I'm like touching the screen. Like, I love you.
Mhm.
It felt so lonely. And now after I've spoken out or whatever, and I didn't even realize there were so many other women and stuff. Like now all of a sudden I feel like I got my community back. Like it's like, hey guys, this is where I've been. I didn't just bail. Turns out I was just trying to actually do what you're supposed to do.
Yeah.
Not start a fight. Just walk away.
Hey, Ashley, how are you? Ashley, I would love to hear your story.
Hey, Ashley. I
Bye,
love her.
Grubo. Oh, you're listening? Oh, I'm sorry you feel bad again. Ashley, you are more than welcome. I know you've been talking about your stuff too lately.
Yes, Ashley. I would love to hear Ashley's voice. I don't think I've ever heard Ashley's voice.
Same.
I bet it's beautiful and it sounds like Snow White's when she sings to the birds. You know what I mean? Like,
Oh my God, you guys.
in her fingertip, and she's like, oh, like just because her picture is so beautiful. Like I'm always looking at her going, oh, just gorgeous.
Mm-hmm. Why do you have such an issue when I start singing, Akasha?
Oh, I don't know. No, I don't. I love your voice.
I know, Ashley, but I know sometimes I see what you're saying on side chats. I feel like you want to like get it out. Oh, stop. Neither am I. You really like the panel most of the time. Yeah. And I'll say something tonight because I was, kind of not digging some people that he had recently, but I'll tell you about Doe-Eyed Cookie won my respect tonight. That's for sure.
She sure
Yes.
did.
Yeah.
Yes, White Cookie. Yes. I was so happy when I saw her like just be like, I am out. And I was like,
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, and
I
that
like
was
her.
somebody I can tell you, she really sat on this. She really had a hard time. I think she really liked Monty and I think liked the community. So the fact that she took this stand, people better listen because she didn't do this lightly. So if you're on the fence, go reach out to Doe-Eye because I think she was great. She was great.
She
Yeah,
was.
I
And
agree.
yeah, you too, perfectly imperfect. Like you were on panel with us the other night. You've spoken out on Twitter. Like in this community, that's really brave for you to do. And I give you props for it, but you did the right thing. You
Yeah, it
know?
was the right thing.
Yeah.
Absolutely. I mean, you can't let it go on and just turn a blind eye. At some point
Mm-hmm.
you have to look at the facts and take a stand. And, I want to give some of the people the benefit of the doubt and say, well, maybe they just don't know the facts. But after seeing some of the comments tonight in that chat, they were brutal. These are
Yeah.
people that I don't know. I just don't know. They're not nice people.
Mm-hmm.
Why
Yeah.
was it being led by Sarah Jane? Like, I don't, no offense, perfectly imperfect.
Sarah J.
Why? Does no one understand the VIB, the former VIB and the community just don't mix after a while? It just, I said that about SJM, so don't get on my case. It's just weird. Like,
I
why?
don't know. All the logical people are, all the smart, logical people are really supporting Monty. He has Negs. I noticed that Negs was commenting, and Monty actually put his comment on the screen just to be like, I'm
Oh,
affiliated. The thing is, hey, man, you just want anyone in your corner at this point. You need
yeah.
numbers, and I get that. But get the numbers, but make sure you put the right ones. Like, I don't know what you're doing if you're trying to build this weird,
Oh,
like,
Kasha, then that means that he should go on you, Mr. Cartel, I'll tell you a story.
RSM's panel?
Yeah, why
Yeah,
not?
he'd be a great fit over there, wouldn't
Be up
he?
there with Foodie.
yeah, I don't
Be
know. I think
reunited.
the community figured out for themselves. They looked at the facts and was like, like I can't tell. Like I'm not a persuasive enough person to be like, hey, everybody, hey, interwebs, people, friends, and country folk, lend me your ear, and I'm gonna. And she's saying that I'm trying to like destroy his channel. I'm just existing up in the hizzle here. I'm just living my life. How am I destroying anything besides my own confidence with my procrastination methods? That's it. I'm not just trying. You know what I mean? Like Alberta, woo, belt buckles and trucks.
Yeah, that whole panel was let's blame the victim. That's all I heard. That's all I heard. Let's blame the victim.
They're not very good at it. I mean, if you want to hurt me, I mean, you should read from my mom's diary or some shit. Like, if you're going to hurt someone who has borderline person, do you know what kind of hurt it takes to create borderline?
Yeah,
Like,
don't
you
give
need to
them any
have
ammunition, Buddha.
Yes.
Don't give them any ammunition.
Yeah.
Well, but the thing is, they can't, because if you've healed from that kind of shit and you're doing well, there's nothing internet people can really say to you that's going to, you know what I mean? Like, you're just a pebble, and I've already chipped away an entire mountain. You're just a reminder of what sucks about the world, but you're not hard to deal with. You're just a tiny pebble. I just step over you.
Right.
It gets easier. It does get easier with therapy. But I'm just mad about the taxes thing.
Well, that's an interesting question. Akasha, you want to answer Blossom's question?
How's their sub count? Well, last I checked, Monty was at 9.25. I think he started out at 10.5, if I'm not mistaken. And as far as BBW Veronica, she had a little over 500. She's got 592 right now, but I think tomorrow that will change after she showed her entire ass on that live tonight.
I know, Danny. I know.
I love Danny.
Yeah, but no, I agree with you, Buddha. Like, the shit that I've said this the other night on the panel, the shit I've been through in my life, I don't care about people on the internet that don't like me, that I don't know, that are complete strangers. Say whatever you want about me. You don't know anything about me. You have no idea the things I've been through. So if you want to say something mean to me in the comments, or, oh, I don't like Akasha because she said this, if I care about you, I will talk to you about it and I will apologize. But if you're some internet stranger, trust me, I sleep fine at night knowing that you don't like me. Believe me, I do.
Oh, yeah. Like, do you live in a city? I always like to think about it this way. If you live in a city and you have a downtown, there's always like just out of their ass on drugs people. Hey, you dirty slut. Like people will say random things, and I don't turn around and go, because I'm like, your opinion is here with me, so you could call me anything and I probably won't even blink or turn around. So when these crazy people, to me, are just a person who's outside a liquor store calling me a whore. Like, I'm going to walk past you and I'm going to try not to pity you. You know what I mean? Like you're just being horrible and everyone just wants you to go away at this moment because you're just attacking. And you're like the person who gets on the bus and goes up and down the aisle and everyone's like, I hope the next stop is his.
Right.
I don't care what they say to me because it's obvious you got a lot more to unpack than your opinion of me. And that's what these internet people are. They're just those people on the internet, but hateful and way worse, because it's hard to have compassion for a person on the internet and be like, oh, you're messed up because, so I should understand that. Because it's easier when in a human, when you see them and you're like, you know what, he probably has a real hard gig, but the internet people, like, you leave no room for compassion. You leave no room for understanding why you're so toxic, hateful, and horrible. Like, you make it impossible for me to even slightly understand your place that you're coming from. So what do you want from me? You can't set people up for failure and then blame them for not understanding you.
Right.
So,
And Yeah, that's what makes the internet so toxic, right? Because I guarantee you, the things that people say to you or about you on the internet would never have the balls to say that to your face. It just would not happen. It doesn't. In my real life, people don't say things like, not that I've ever had anybody on the internet
That's
really say
right,
anything bad
Emily.
to me, but I guarantee you if they do and they were in my face, they wouldn't say it. They don't have the balls to do it, but there's something about being behind that screen that gives everybody Superman balls of steel where they can just say whatever they want to you. And some people think they can get away with it,
Mm-hmm. There's nothing wrong with that, Vidal, at all.
Aw, thank you.
Are you serious, Diana? They're still after you about that?
Oh, Diana, I'm sorry, honey.
That's another thing. Nothing ever dies on the internet. Nothing
Right.
ever dies.
Right.
Well, that's why I'm comfortable with my OnlyFans content. Like, that's why I don't make it unless I know it's out there. And that's why I think a lot of people should think twice before they start doing shit like that, because you got to be 100% okay with, I don't even know if my OnlyFans stuff is on the farms. You know what? It probably is. I don't go on there. But that's the thing. Like, everything is forever. So people need to think before they talk. They need to think before they post. They need to think before they do a whole lot of things. And I am not accept of that rule. I need to think
What
before I
article, M. Hobbs?
What
Next channel.
article? Yeah.
Creepo, except Nexus channel. Stop. That seems to not either. It's like a regurgitation.
A nice channel. Yeah, and since when does Monty let Negs in his chat without being blocked? What is going on? Oh
Oh,
my
that's way too
God.
much crossover.
Oh my goodness, because him and DC are supporting Monty right now.
That's
Should
nice.
should he even trust that? Like does he remember who Negs is? Should he even be trusting that right now? That's what's
Oh,
funny.
there's a new blah blah article. Not dead. Oh, come on, y'all. What? The hit piece on Natter by a reporter from Rabbit Hole.
Oh, I've seen something on Twitter about that. I just haven't read it yet.
Yeah, I saw it too. I haven't read it yet either, but yeah,
Okay.
apparently it's like it really goes in on him.
Yeah, but who cares? Because let's face it, he'll rise out of the ashes again and do I took day off and blah 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 and here we go.
Well, someone said, and this hasn't been confirmed, so please don't take this for gospel, that Dee Dee had come
Yes, Jen,
on.
I know.
Dee Dee made a video saying Nader was in jail again, and then she deleted it very
No,
quickly. But I
that
have
was-
not had confirmation.
Yeah, that was a troll in Foodie's
Okay.
chat who said it.
Okay.
It's not true. I think.
Okay.
I'm pretty sure he was put in jail, but I think he was put in YouTube jail.
Okay. Well, good.
Now we'll see if he doesn't come on tomorrow, then I think he's probably in YouTube jail.
Okay.
Because he does do this where he'll go, but usually the most he'll do is 2 or 3 days and then he'll pop up. So I think if we don't hear from him tomorrow, then he's probably in YouTube jail, either for the false striking. It would have to be the false striking because isn't his video still up with the hand job?
No, he privated that.
It could be that. Maybe he got in trouble for that. I don't know.
He brought the video back up, but he edited out. Well, I won't say he. That part got edited out of his video. But he did put the video back up, edited.
Thank you, Grebo. She sent me the article.
Oh, can you read it to us, Collie?
Sure.
Thank you.
This is like ASMR, isn't it?
Yes.
Rabbit hole number 57. You think Army Hammer's scary? Meet the self-professed stabber cannibal woman beater platformed by YouTube Suzanne. I'm not saying her last name despite endless complaints. You see this? I will boop eat it. This throat, I will boop just take it. You guys have heard this on this SBL things. They have a picture of, the dead body. This is a free post. Oh God. Wow. There's a lot of quotations going on here. Oh my. This is way too much for me to read. This is a lot, you guys. I probably should put this up here. No. They have his picture from Sam's Bar Lounge. When he says, "I eat people." Wow, that's not good. Oh, we're going to talk about this reporter too. Oof. Yeah, this is Grebo. You have a wrench. You can post it here on the side chat if you would be so kind to do. I would appreciate that. What? I will F her head, Nader Al-Shami says, tells his sobbing girlfriend in a leaked video. That. Don't push my limit. This is again, we're quoting the Sam's Bar Lounge. Thank you, Grebo. Grebo's going to link it, Diana. Yeah, he's talking about the Sam's Bar Lounge videos. He's just barked at her too. It says bring him his stuff. They should have wrote Briber his stuff. Oh my God.
I vote that we make Grebo bobbleheads for merch because I think everyone needs a Grebo. Am I wrong?
No, you're right about that. You are absolutely right about that. Oh, wow. They got a few comments in there, and they got a few of our people who made videos. Holy hell, this is long. This is what the insider should have been. Never mind. Yeah, that's pretty serious. But again, all of this exposure, I don't know. Is it like another day where you just watch the news and you're like, oh my God, that's terrible. And then you walk away? Like, you know what I'm saying? Grebo, just put it up there. Here, I will pin it to the top if you guys need.
No, I think it'll work. Who's that guy they just took off? And what's Andrew? What's his name?
Are you talking about what's his face? The one that used to be in Monty's chat?
No. This is like a national thing. He was a TikToker, I think.
Oh, Andrew Tate. Andrew Tate. Yes.
That they didn't take him off until it got a lot of publicity in the news. So but it started out slow, and I only know because of my daughter's 19, and she was the one telling me about this guy. And then I started hearing it more and more, and then eventually it got people. So maybe this will just catch on, and bigger news pieces will cover it.
Well, we can only hope,
Yeah,
we can only hope.
It's bad. You read it, and this is stuff that people are going to take notice to.
We've been saying that since the Insider article, and you see where that went. But again, that was a smaller situation. It just looks like there's so much that is being put out, and I know everybody in this community is like, yeah, we know all that, and we only hope that other communities will catch on and will want to, do their own contribution, because this is ongoing. It's just keeps going and seems to never end. I hope so, BBW King. I really do. But again, I felt this way since the striking. It became abundantly clear every day. I think it was more so because I wasn't, actively doing anything else but checking Twitter constantly and reading, who's doing this, who's doing that, and it just you step back and you go, what am I doing here? Like, seriously, I felt that way. I was like, what am I doing? This is scaring me. And that was real. I really felt petrified over this whole thing. And a lot of people are going to go, why? It's just a couple of strikes. But no, it's not. It's who it is. It's the way it's performed. And I just felt like I told Akasha this. I hate to put it this way. It felt like a violation. It really did. Especially for the fact that I know most of it had to be because of who and what I talked about up here. Yeah.
Yeah, well, another one who wants to discredit anybody that talks about him. Sound familiar? And he gets Dee Dee to do it for him. And I said it in the chat earlier. Veronica seemed an awful lot like Dee Dee tonight. She really did.
Wow. That's not a flex.
It's not a flex.
Oh.
No, not at all.
but it's so weird. It's like the life imitating art thing I said the other day. It's scary. Like some people are acting like Chantel and now some people are acting like him. And from Garlic Bread and this whole Christina the Latina thing and Jessica Messica, not saying her because, I'm saying she was victimized in this whole thing too. It's just like, what? Why? And she seems to escape not one, but two clutches. Well, Ursula, is there really much to remember? Yeah, it's scary. It's very scary. I told you it was long, Trash Boat. Who has Ginger Forever? I don't know. Like I said, I've had very little exposure to these people up until tonight. And yeah, no more. No, thank you. Yeah, unfortunately, force fed to us. That's what I'm going to say.
Yeah, I feel like Veronica was Dee Dee and Sarah Jane was pretty. No, not Pretty G. Who's the Angel Horns?
What? Diana, please don't. Please don't, Diana. I'm telling you now. Why are you saying that? One more. See, this is what I'm aggravated about. Because that one more was supposed to be whatever weeks ago, and that was just another, diversion. Grebo, I love you. I don't want to put you in jail because you just got back, but really? Yeah, maybe it came to fruition. Well, everybody was doing that. I mean, it's great that everybody was, but I don't know. Same, Danny. You're lucky you came back. Hey, Our Lady. Oh my God. I'm not reading that. I love you, Our Lady, but I am not. Diana, I can't. I'm sorry, I can't. It's who is giving you this information that I cannot trust. I'm sorry. I like you, Diana, but I'm telling you, sometimes I think you're being fooled. I'm just going to say that. You can't see Diana? I can. She says, I'm not going to say more than I'm allowed to. Trust me. And you too, BBW King. You've got all the, I'm sorry. I'm not doing it with those two. Just not.
Hey y'all, I'm back. I had to go feed the dogs.
God,
Welcome back.
Welcome back.
Astro.
No, you're fine, Astro. Well, it wouldn't be the first time a woman blocked you, BBW King.
Diana, do you have BBW blocked?
What do I mean about what, Ginger? Can you back me up here, Kasha, about what I just said to Diana?
Oh, about Pretty Genius?
I
Yeah.
said to be careful about what's been said to her
Yeah.
because
She
she's
should
saying
be,
she can't say anymore. There's one more.
she should be very careful of Pretty Genius.
Diana, what does that even mean? Do you understand at this point people are done with it? Mm-hmm.
Yep, exactly, Jenna.
Stop what? I'm confused.
I am too.
I'm confused.
BBW, I'm not sure why you like PJ to begin with. I mean, I get it, you know, if
I'm
that's
glad
your
you
friend.
get it.
I'm just saying if that's his friend, I get it. I just don't understand why I don't see it.
That's
But,
it, Ginger. Mm-hmm.
you know, that's not my business, I guess. I like you, BBW, and I don't trust her. I think everybody knows that.
What do you mean, what did she do? You don't find it strange at all? Okay, Diana. It's a circle of just, I don't know.
Well, BBW, what she did is she was the one sitting there recording all of this. And now she's put it all on Jennifer Corvina so she can take the blame. And I think it was, you know, done under the guise that they're trying to out Nader. And I don't think it has anything to do with that. I think it has to do with revenge because they didn't get what they wanted. And the way that she acts in chat, she's always trying to call Kali out for something. And there's no accountability on her end for the way these videos were done for the people in this community that have experienced that in trauma. And they weren't handled with care for the people in the community and the way that people were triggered after that. I had a breakdown after one of those videos because it brought things back up for me that I haven't experienced in over 20 years. But does she care about that? No. I've seen the way she comments to people about that. Wipes her hands clean like she had nothing to do with it. She was the only one there recording, not Jennifer. That's what I have a fucking issue with.
Hey, Pizza Brony.
Yeah, BBW, and I just explained to you why.
BBW King, they
People
were
hate them
waiting
now.
all this time on SBL, and all SBL did was drop these videos and run for the hills, okay?
Well, BBW wanted an explanation, and that's why. That's why everyone's turned on Sam's Bar Lounge now, and especially after Nader read all those messages from Corvina. She knew about it, and she sat on it too. And PJ sat there and watched Dee Dee get her ass beat, and she did nothing about it. And they're trying to act like, oh, there's some big federal case. No, there isn't. These videos would not be on YouTube if there were. Because the last thing any police officer, detective, FBI agent is going to let you do is put a damn video out about this if this person is being investigated. That doesn't happen, and anybody with a brain knows that.
Yeah, we're not speculating anything about what was on those recordings. All I am saying is that they were put out in this succession, and then there were retaliation videos, and then there was nothing. It was all of this. Don't talk about this. Don't talk about this. Don't talk about my son. Don't talk about this. I get it. I get it as a mother, Corvina. I stuck up for her, and all of a sudden, silence. Oh no, wait a minute. They promised a Chantel video. Then the mods video came out. Oh, no, nobody wanted to see that. Nobody. No offense, Diana. Nobody wanted to see the mod meetings, especially after that entire time that I've covered it, and then he read all those messages.
Diana Lynn, there is no bigger picture. That's what Pretty Genius wants you to believe. Look at the facts as they are. These things would not be online right now if there was some huge federal investigation against them, like they're trying to claim. This is bigger than YouTube. No, you haven't. You have not. And if you had, the videos wouldn't be there. Oh, and by the way, aside from that, feel however you want it against Dee Dee. I think she's a piece of shit and I can't stand her. But having her be beaten like that on the internet for millions to see was disgusting, and it's monetized. They're making money off of it. So you asked the question, BBW, this is why everybody has a problem with PJ and Corvina and Sam's Bar Lounge, because they are Sam's Bar Lounge.
Mm-hmm.
That Sam's Bar Lounge was very, it was a trigger and ghost. I was
Yes.
like, you trauma dumping to the highest level, and then peace out, and left the whole community just like, what the fuck? And that's kind of I man, that was a whole adventure, and we're still talking about it because it was like, what was that? What was the point?
Mm-hmm.
It was just it almost felt like it was like meant to divert us from something else or something. It was just so perfectly planned. It was like, you know what I
Yes.
mean? Like,
Perfect. Yes. Buddha
Yeah.
saying it exactly the way, that's exactly the way it was
Yep.
communicated. And there are certain things that we knew, and there are certain things that we were confused about, but I said, benefit of the doubt, whatever. I understand editing is a long thing. It takes a long time. When it comes down to it, I felt like they played everybody. I
Yeah.
do.
Yep. It's exactly what they did. And that night that PJ was in Roman's chat and she came after you like that, Collie, I
Oh
have all
my
the
goodness.
I have, everything that she said. She doesn't give a shit about anybody or how they were triggered or traumatized. But it's not her problem. Not her problem.
Diana, you didn't even need to say what you did. We know. We know. Yes, they did. And it never ends. That's my whole thing. Put an end to all this.
Yeah. And I would have less of an issue with it. Like if it wasn't monetized, if they warned people properly, if they weren't dropping these little, breadcrumbs along the way, like, oh, it's coming, and then holding it off until it was monetized. But it's revenge at this point and
Hold on.
nothing
She doesn't need
more.
to leave, Richard. Okay. She's not.
No,
I like
Diana doesn't
Diana.
need
She
to
doesn't need
leave.
to leave, but
Diana's a part of our community. She doesn't have to leave. But Diana is just she's very caring and loving, and she takes people for their word. And we're
yeah.
just telling her to be careful
Yes, you can. You have my
with
email.
this.
the one thing that really bothered me about those Sam Bar Lounge videos was when they trauma dumped and then ghosted and then left us hanging. We didn't know how much worse it got, so we were wondering, how bad were the videos? Like, should we be like running over there and grabbing Dee Dee and throwing in her car and like, you know what I mean? Like
Yeah.
it hinted to extreme something, and we're just going, oh my god! Like, we're just wondering, is she safe? But we don't like her. But is she safe? Like, oh
Right,
my god!
right,
Like, to leave us, even if we don't like her or don't agree with her lifestyle or her choices, for us to be wondering if she's in grave danger based on what they dropped on us and then ghosted us,
right.
that's some really deviant stuff. I'm just saying.
I agree with you. And it was in such urgency. I think that's what you were going for. It's like we all have a reaction. You can't expect an entire community to not have. That's what it was done for, right? That's what the point was, is to expose and to get the reaction of the community so they'll stop engaging. Well, that didn't happen because of the way it was done. And at the time, I wasn't realizing that. But after a while, it was like, what the hell? It's like when you clean out an attic and you find a box of old videotapes and there's a bunch of stuff on there that's like really dangerous, but you watch it anyway. And then you're like, what do I do with this? That's what I feel
Right.
like we had
Okay.
here.
BBW, let me explain something to you. When you are still living with your abuser, you're not going to say that you want help. You are in fear for your life. And maybe Dee Dee isn't, but I'm going to go ahead and guess that that's not the case because we've seen the video. We saw her crying out for her dead father on that. Okay, that's why it struck a nerve, because many of us, including myself, have been there. When you are still in the home with your abuser, you will say and do anything for them because you're afraid not to, because you're going to get your ass beat if you don't.
I get it, and that's probably why you're told, and that drives me crazy.
Yeah, and let's not forget, Pretty Genius was the one sitting there while Dee Dee was getting her ass beat. She did nothing. And then she, told Nader to hit her harder, but that part you can't hear because Dee Dee said it. And I'm sorry, but I believe Dee Dee on that she told him to hit her harder. And she told him to make Dee Dee eat out of a dog bowl. Okay? So do I have respect for Pretty Genius after hearing that? No, I fucking don't. I don't. Any woman that can sit there watching another woman get their ass beat and encourage it and do nothing about it, you're a piece of shit.
For you, she said she'll unblock BBW.
Diana, you don't have to do anything you don't want to do. They're just saying they can't see your comments.
You were told what accidentally? Anyway, this is a conversation I refuse to have anymore because it just goes to the wayside, and that's fine. But I don't forget. Yeah, Fiend, it is pretty extensive. Well, anyways, I'm going to wrap it up, guys, because it's kind of late and I don't want to keep everybody here. Buddha, thank you so much for being here.
Thank you, Buddha. Thank you, everybody on the
Thanks,
panel.
guys.
Yeah,
Thank you, everyone in the chat.
Love you, Buddha. Love you, Perfect. Love you, Akasha. Love you, Kali.
Love you too, Val.
Thank you, Val. I appreciate it. Perfectly Imperfect, you're always welcome. Thank you so much for your input as well. I always appreciate it. It's great. Everybody else in the chat, take care of yourselves. It wasn't not an easy night. All that stuff was pretty heavy and hopefully we can move on to greener pastures, I hope. Yeah. So everyone have a good night, good morning, good evening, wherever you are. Bye, everybody.
Bye, everyone.
Bye-bye, everyone.
Bye, guys.
Ta-ta.